here we are, folks. We are streaming both on YouTube and TikTok. This will not be a long stream, but I do want to play some Fortnite Squid Game. Uh-oh, I made the title wrong. It's not January 2nd, it's January... excuse me, January 5th. 5th. I'm gonna change the YouTube stream there. There you go, now I fixed it. But folks, if you disagree with what I have to say, feel free to call in. And if you're on TikTok, feel free to do the guest request. I'm opening up the Google Voice line right now for the YouTube viewers. It is now open. Folks, if you think that Donald Trump is looking out for the working class, if you think that my prompt is wrong when I say that Donald Trump is going to hurt you, then let me know. Let's have a conversation. Let's have that debate. This is, my friends, the free marketplace of ideas that is so often talked about, and it's happening in my stream. But folks, if you disagree with me, call in. If you disagree with me on TikTok, send in a guest request. Let me make sure I have that open. Alright, I have it open now. Let me make sure it stays open. Folks, if you think that Donald Trump is looking out for you, if you think that my prompt is wrong and incorrect, well, I want to hear you. I want to have that conversation. I want to come to a place of understanding or something. I have the guest request open on TikTok. I have the phone calls open for YouTube. Folks, if you think that Donald Trump is looking out for the working class, if you think he's looking out for you, if you think he's going to save the economy, lower the prices, do this, do that, let me know why. I want to know why. Because I don't believe that is to be the case. I don't really have faith in that gentleman we know as the president. And if you believe that he is going to do those things, feel free to call in. Or if you're on TikTok, send in the guest request. In the guest request button. I have it pulled up here. I see Yakub, a big head scientist in YouTube chat, ask why. Why is Donald Trump going to hurt us? He's going to raise taxes on 95% earners, specifically the bottom 95% of earners, cutting taxes exclusively for the top 5%. I have a analysis I saw that made that point clear. Evan asked, do I see his comment? Yes, I see his comment. The inflation is, or the tariffs are also inflationary, so that's no good. Folks, I'm a little under the weather, by the way, but I feel significantly better than yesterday. My throat does. So I don't think I'm sick, which is actually really good. Evan says he just wants to know if I see his comments. Yes, I see your comments. Folks on TikTok, do you see me? Do you hear me? Everything's still moving. David says the tariffs are just a negotiating tool. David, I hear from MAGA about how the tariffs are either a negotiating tool or they're the most amazing thing ever, and we used to fund the government completely with tariffs and this, that, or the other. MAGA does not have their story straight on whether they like tariffs or whether they dislike tariffs, and it's okay to be a little bit confused, but I would just want a little bit of consistency when it comes to the tariffs issue, specifically because if what Donald Trump has promised he would do, which is across-the-board tariffs, is implemented, even a fraction of what he's been promising, it's going to hurt the economy greatly, and it's going to hurt specifically the regular people more than those who will be, those who are on the top. David says, then just wait and see then. Yeah, we can wait and see then. Either way, we can have an opinion on it today, based on what he's been saying. Hyper, I don't know if I can say that on TikTok, says, drill baby drill. Hyper, we are currently the largest drillers in the world. We produce more oil than any other country in the world, than any other country in history, but that hasn't suddenly made you happy. So why is it if Donald Trump does what Joe Biden's been doing, which both, by the way, the environmentalists have criticized both of them, but if the same policy is continued of drill baby drill, why is it going to be different when there's a different guy in the same seat doing the same damn thing? Yakub says he will introduce tariffs to China. Well, there already are some tariffs on China, but he's pushing across-the-board tariffs, so meaning every single good from China, from Mexico, from Canada, pretty much half of all the trade coming into this country, and very important industries. Across-the-board tariffs are just fucking stupid. Just keep it so real. Across-the-board tariffs are dumb. You can do targeted tariffs to protect certain industries. For example, like car manufacturing. That's reasonable. Oh, we got a guest request. Lion Prods, can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me? Hi, what's on your mind?
Yeah.
What's up? What's on your mind?
I just want to come up here and say I just come up here and say I agree with you, man.
Thank you, brother. I think there's a bit of delay, so you can try to rejoin. I'm gonna switch my networks real quick.
Yeah, fuck you. You fuck.
Alright, let's see if this runs smoother. Folks, if you think that Donald Trump is going to save the economy or lower prices or do this or do that, let me know. Let's have a conversation and all that stuff. Nick Roberts says, is that why Biden kept Trump's tariffs and expand on them? Again, I'm not principally against tariffs. I made that clear since the beginning. Tariffs can be specific. Tariffs can be targeted. Trump's first round of tariffs were specific and were targeted. Same with Biden. But what Donald Trump is promising now is across-the-board tariffs on all goods coming from China, coming from Canada, coming from Mexico. And that's fucking dumb. Don't be fucking stupid. Every good coming in. And, again, some of you MAGA folks have said it's just a negotiation tool. Some of you MAGA folks have said it's just, or it's going to fund the entire government. I don't know what you guys believe in. You guys can call in, and we can clarify that. But I will say, even if we put tariffs on literally every single good coming into this country, you would not be able to fund the government, and that's assuming that the tariffs are not disincentivizing and lowering the amount of goods coming into this country, which it will. Drill equal gas, a lot of truck equal product, Doge equal farmer allowed to grow prices. You know, soybean farmers were actually hurt during Trump's administration because when he started the trade war, it caused tariffs on their exports. Hold on. 443 area code, what's on your mind?
443 area code, what's on your mind? How's it going?
I'm good, brother. What's on your mind?
How's it going? Not much.
Is there a delay on your end? You want to try to call back?
Do you hear a
Here,
delay?
I'll do this. Let me do this. I'll call you back. Hello? Do you hear me clearly? 443 area code. I know it's not working. Oh well. TikTok, folks, you can send in a multi-stream or a guest request. I have the thing pulled up here. YouTubers, you can call in to the Google Voice. All right, let me see what's been going on in chat. Reaper says, God, you're still here crying. I don't understand this. This is what I don't understand. I don't understand why MAGA folks come onto my stream, they scream, they cry, they interrupt, and so on and so forth, and they hear someone calmly explaining a disagreement, and they're like, oh, you're triggered, you're triggered, you're triggered, you're triggered, you're triggered. Absolute Chaos Gaming says, are you against offshore jobs? Yes, offshoring jobs, absolutely. You're just mad because he's deporting you? BS says, no, I'm not getting deported because I'm an American citizen, obviously. Reaver says, you don't understand much. Well, you're not really making an argument. You could call in and make an argument. Nick Roberts says, populist versus globalist agenda. I think that Donald Trump is the biggest fucking globalist on the planet. I think he's Elon Musk bitch. I think he's the oligarchs bitch in general. I think he is capital's bitch overall. Excuse me. Hold on, one moment, hold on. I'm gonna pull you in next. I'm gonna put you on hold for now. All right. No, I was talking to Google Voice. All right. Exterminator 2, what's on your mind?
Yeah, why did you call Donald Trump Elon Musk bitch? I'll go to that one
Yeah.
first.
I think when you take money from a billionaire, I think when you take money from the super PACs, I think that's corruption on Democrats and Republicans. And I think when politicians do that, they are bitches.
Yeah, how is it corruption? For example, like back in the day, Elon Musk actually supported a Democrat governor and donated to her for her campaign.
Do you think that's corruption?
No, I want to think.
Okay. That's interesting. That's interesting. That's our disagreement because I think big money in politics is corruption. I think if a person's giving money to a politician, they expect something out of it, right?
Not necessarily. I mean, sure, but I want to say it's corruption. You know what I'm saying?
So do you think?
Sit there saying,
So if it's fine though, do you think that they should be able to donate like unlimited amounts of money
to your politician in order to run the campaign to be elected to do things, you know, hand in hand with your morals?
You understand like there are like rules and regulations related to campaign donations straight to a campaign. Of course, they go around it through things like super PACs. But do you think that the rules and regulations of donating directly to a campaign, I think regular people can donate about like 2,000 or like either 1,000 or 2,000, somewhere in that range. Do you think those rules should be lifted?
Well, depending on what's the reasoning of there being rules of limiting the amount of money you can only send to like one candidate. Like, what's the reasoning to that?
I don't know, but do you think it's fine? I have my opinion on why, but why do you think those rules are there? Anti-corruption, right?
I don't understand how would like corruption like start off of this money. Like,
so you don't think? So okay, here, if I go to the store, right, and I give money to the people at the store, what am I expecting? To take that product that I put in front of them home, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Yes. So I'm expecting a service. So when you give money to somebody, you're expecting a service, correct?
Okay.
If you give money to a plumber, excuse me, I'm a little stuffy, man. I'm a little sick, right? If you give money to a plumber, you expect them to clean your pipes, correct?
Sure. Yep.
So if you give money to a politician, are you just doing it out of the goodness of your own heart? Or are you expecting something? And I'm talking regular person, and I'm talking the biggest billionaires in the world. You're expecting something, right?
So if I donated, let's say for example, my whole check, let's just say $2,000. If I donated $2,000 to the Trump campaign, I want, and the reason to do this, I'm expecting for him to win the election and do what he says that aligns with my morals.
Okay,
now,
that's good. That's good.
Then he does.
Wait, no, real quick, that's good, right? So when I donate to Bernie Sanders, I want him to win so that he can do universal health care, whatever, right? So I have my motivations, my policy motivations. So when a billionaire, let's say Sheldon Adelson, do you think it's good when Sheldon Adelson was bankrolling Marco Rubio's campaign?
I don't know who they are.
Because Donald Trump didn't. Donald Trump said that was corruption. Donald Trump was saying what I'm saying, that little Marco is Sheldon Adelson's bitch. But then Donald Trump...
That's another story, though.
No, hold on.
You can't skip
hold on.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Okay, hold on. Sheldon Adelson is a billionaire with deep passion for Israel. And he wants Israel to do whatever the hell they want. He wanted Trump to move the embassy to Jerusalem. He wanted Israel to be able to get away with everything. And Donald Trump took $100 million from Sheldon Adelson in his first campaign and did exactly what he wanted. So it's interesting, though. If you give money, let's say you give the legal limit $2,000 or something, and I'm assuming you're not a rich man, you can't donate millions, right, to a super PAC.
Yeah.
Do you think that Donald Trump cares more about, and not just Donald Trump, but any politician, do you think they care more about that $2,000 you, a regular person, sent, or maybe like $100 million that Sheldon Adelson sent?
Probably the million. The more money, the merrier. Sure. I still
exactly. So money is power, right? Money is influence. So if billionaires can donate more money than you, what they want is going to be more important than what you, a regular person, wants out of your government.
Not necessarily, because I see why you're doing this. Hey, if I donate this money, do what I said. Or it could be, hey, I like what you're doing. Here's the money. Keep doing it.
You don't, but you don't
To
think
me, how I see
that
Elon-
doesn't happen with politics? You don't think it doesn't
Sure,
happen
it
that?
happens, but hey,
Okay, good.
You gotta
Good.
prove it. For which politics? You gotta prove
Sure.
it. Right? You can't
Sure.
just sit there and automatically assume it's just Elon and Trump.
No, it's not just Elon and Trump. It's also Miriam
I mean,
Adelson,
it's
Sheldon Adelson's wife. You know, it's also the Koch brothers. It's also y'all don't like George Soros. George Soros gives to campaigns because George Soros wants influence in a certain way. It's all bad. Get that money out of there. You know.
Okay, but also Elon could just be saying, "Hey, I like what you're doing. Keep doing it. Here's the money." And also,
You
how much
understand?
money that
You
Elon-
understand? Elon is now getting some position in the government because he donated money to the campaign. You understand that it wasn't just he was donating to Trump. He was one of the biggest donors in the entire 2024 race,
Sure.
donating to down ballot races. Do you not think that maybe it's concerning that an oligarch is trying to use his money to get influence in politics? Take Elon out of it.
So,
If George
can I ask
Soros did the same thing, would that be concerning?
I don't know what the George Soros story is, right? You can't put that in an example. And to answer your first question, right? If someone makes, say, for example, $1,000 a month, they will probably donate, let's just say $100. Somebody who makes $10,000, they're probably donating like 1%. What? Like over $100, right? You know, then don't just donate 10, donate 100. It keeps going, right? When you have somebody like Elon, as rich as he is, I don't know how much money he donated. If you could tell me, please. But if he wants to donate a small sum of his money, you know, in total, right, to Donald Trump, I don't sit there and say that's automatic corruption without any actual proof. Yeah.
So
How much money did he donate?
super. Wait, just in general, you think that unlimited donations are just kind of fine morally? Because we're kind of getting away from the legal question. Because yes, direct campaign donations have a limit, right? And the reason it has a limit is to prevent corruption. Of course, our system is extremely corrupt, and we have things like super PACs to kind of skirt around that. But I'm interested in understanding your perspective. You're saying morally it's fine that the billionaires and the millionaires can donate as much money as they want based on how much wealth they have.
Dennis.
You
Say that. I said for the reasoning.
But I'm saying you were
corruption.
saying though that like it just makes sense that the more money you have, the more you can give to a campaign. I agree with you. It makes sense. If you're interested in a policy and you want a policy done, you will put more money in. You will put your money where your mouth is. And that's exactly the problem, because the interest of the billionaire class is very different than the interest of regular people. Regular people might want a president that's friendly to unions, but the billionaire class might want a president that will crush labor unions.
Yeah, but
right?
you can't automatically assume that because now you're sort of saying, hey, since Elon, a billionaire, he's with these group of people, right?
Well, Elon also has violated labor law before, correct?
I had no clue. If you want to pronounce it.
Yes, he has.
What labor law did he? Okay, what did he do?
Here, let me look it up for you. There was multiple cases. Elon Musk,
so you don't know
labor. I don't know it off the top of my head. I can't read you a case, but I'm gonna search. Oh, here.
Okay.
Threatening to take away pay for benefits who organize a union. Firing Richard Ortiz. Hold on. You asked me a question. I'm answering your question. Firing Richard Ortiz for protected union activity, using the National Labor Relations Board, or the NLRB ordered Tesla to rehire Ortiz, compensate him for his lost earnings, and post notices nationwide and hold meetings at the main U.S. car plant to inform workers of their protected rights. So they lost the case against the National Labor Relations Board. They found that Elon Musk did in fact violate labor law, and they had to hire the person that they fired for trying to form a union. So, yes, I think when Elon Musk, the biggest billionaire in the world, the richest man in the world, donates to a campaign, donates to a president, he might have interest in the lack of enforcement of labor law.
Wait, hold on, real quick. Can I respond to that? Number one, I've
Yes.
asked you this multiple times. How much money did Elon Musk donate to Donald Trump?
Top donors 2024 election. I'll give you the biggest donors of the entire election. Timothy Mellon. Timothy Mellon, 197 million. Richard and Elizabeth Ulaine, 137 million. Marianne Adelson, the Adelson family, I mentioned them before, 136 million. Elon Musk, 133 million. And by the way, the entire top 5 donors to this campaign are Republicans. Now, that doesn't mean Democrats... Democrats don't take the big money. They do, and they should be also found to be corrupt. They should be also considered corrupt.
Wait, but why? Hold on. My question is, like, for example, when Democrats, obviously, Republican, when it comes to politics, it's always the same in each politic party, right? Obviously, I want my side to win. Since I have the most money, I'm probably going to donate the most stuff, which isn't really even a lot of money. If I'm a billionaire, I'm only donating 100 million. Still isn't really a lot of money.
You can be. Elon Musk might be a trillionaire, but when the rest of the political donors are donating like at most 197 million, well, you don't have to give $1 billion, but you have the capability of giving $1 billion, and based on the moral standards that you're setting, where it's pretty much fine to do unlimited donations, Elon Musk should be able to donate $1 billion because, as you said, it's not a lot of money to him. But I think that that's corruption. I think that that's wrong.
Okay, my question is, how could, say for example, Elon Musk donated $1 fucking billion, right? How could Donald Trump use his money in a corrupt way, where the more the money or the more corrupt I can be, the easier the way I could win the election? Like, how could he use his money?
Yes, the more money you have, it helps you win an election. In most elections, if you have more money, the person with the more money will win.
How? Wait, hold on. How is
do you understand? Wait. Do you not know what? Yeah. Do you not know what money is used for in a campaign? Is that your question right now?
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. Yeah. How could he?
Money in campaigns is used for. Money in campaign is used for getting your word out there. It's used for the rallies. It's used for the social media campaigns. It's used for the ads. It's used for the mass text. It's used for the mailers. There's a million different uses. It's used for hiring staff. You can literally also pay volunteers. There's a million different uses.
How is any of that corrupt? That's what I'm saying. What's a corrupt way where I need the more money to do this corrupt thing, or to do this corrupt thing multiple times?
If a PAC for a foreign government, for the sake of a foreign government, gives money to a politician, they're saying, here's this money, this will help you win, but if we are the Israel super PAC or the Saudi super PAC, maybe there comes with a little bit of strings attached to the money. That's the problem. When there's strings attached to the money.
Okay.
Do you not wait? Do you wait? Do you hold on. Do you not understand that if the Saudi lobby is giving you money, they might expect a favor?
It's possible. But when we're specifically talking about Elon and Trump, number one. Right?
So we're okay again. The labor.
You gotta let me finish.
Okay. The labor violator, the guy that broke labor law. Yes.
Wait, hold on. Okay. So what I see is what you call it, specifically Elon Musk's morals and values align with the Republican Party. So he's giving this only $100 million.
Yeah. So do you think that Donald Trump will enforce labor law?
Labor law?
Yeah. Do you think he's gonna protect the workers? You think he's gonna protect the workers' right to strike?
Yeah.
Really?
I don't think Trump even has the power to just deny that. Like,
do you understand that who appoints the people in the National Labor Relations Board?
What I'm assuming is the president, the Congress, the people in the chairs.
Yes.
I don't know who specifically. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But once again, you have to name a specific. You have to have some proof.
Yes. So if the National Labor Relations Board is the one deciding the cases to enforce labor laws, and Donald Trump took money from a guy, many guys, frankly, that violated labor law, that has lost cases to the National Labor Relations Board, do you think that this new Trump-appointed National Labor Relations Board, which, by the way, he has a record of having a pro-corporate Department of Labor and pro-corporate NLRB, do you think in 2025, after taking all that money from Elon, he's going to have a change of heart from 2017, and he's going to be like, no, I'm going to put a pro-worker NLRB?
Okay, so number one, you're not making a probability with the possibility. Number two, I don't know the settings and what happened and what's so.
You say you don't know a lot of things,
Elon
man.
Musk. Elon Musk. Wait, you didn't know. Number one, you didn't know. You searched it off the web. And you just.
Yes. Wait, hold on.
Tell me.
Wait. Hold on. Brother.
Can you scoot your mouth any louder?
Brother.
Or like just deep throat your mic.
Brother.
Please.
It's okay to look things up. You don't necessarily remember every single case, every single labor violation off the top of your head. You don't know a lot of shit. So I looked into it, and I looked in, and he lost to the National Labor Relations Board. I read you the things he lost to, and I read you what he was ordered to do. So I'm gonna ask you, what was he ordered? What was he ordered to do by the National Labor Relations Board?
That's also possible. Huh?
So what was he ordered to do by the National Labor Relations Board? Since you're a very knowledgeable guy.
What was he able to do? And then
No, what was he ordered
I don't
to
know the
do?
settings.
You don't know a lot of things. I read it to you, so why don't you know?
Oh, because you screamed in the mic and read it extremely fast.
Here, let me do it slowly for you.
Yeah,
Let me do it slowly for you.
Please.
So
Don't
they
screech in the mic.
so
Deep throat
so
your mic, please.
they found
Get it out
him
your throat.
threatening to take away pay from his and benefits from workers who organized a union. Do you think workers should have their pay and benefits removed for organizing a union?
Number one, depending on how they organize, how are they organized? That's what I'm sitting there saying. What is the specifics? Because I don't believe Elon would just straight up do that.
Yeah,
No,
well,
I
he
don't.
did. So Richard Ortiz was fired for quote-unquote protected union activity. Do you think Richard Ortiz has a right to do protected union activity and try to unionize his
Depending on what he
workplace?
was specifically doing. What was he doing to protecting his union activity?
Well, what he was doing was looked over, and they found that Tesla was ordered to rehire Ortiz, compensate him for lost earnings, benefits, and taxes, and they had to post notices and hold meetings at their U.S. car plant to inform workers of their protected rights. So, again, you can nitpick, do this, but that's a case
Wait, you
of
said-
a National Labor Relations Board that is objective and just looking at the labor law. Do you think maybe that the new
You said-
appointees, after Elon Musk put millions and millions and millions of dollars into this election cycle, do you think maybe that the next National Labor Relations Board might be a little bit more friendly to capital than to the workers?
So as I was saying, you sit there and say Tesla sat there and hey, Tesla fired these guys for doing this set of things. I don't know if Elon fired these guys. There's multiple people.
So Elon's
that is fired
also
in that
here's
management.
another question. Elon is a federal
how is this
contractor.
Elon?
Elon's a federal contractor. He's a defense contractor. Do you think
Okay.
defense contractors should have the right to donate to the government or to donate to politicians?
Sure. I think if you
So
have the
you
right to vote, you should have the right to
you
donate.
think Lockheed Martin, you think Boeing
I don't know
should
who
be
that
able
is.
to buy you don't know what Lockheed Martin is?
No, and this supposed to mean that I'm unreliable in saying what I'm saying, then I think you're pretty stupid.
Brother, you don't know shit, dog. I don't know what to tell you. You don't know shit. I'm telling you
You're
all
naming
this
these
shit.
specific examples. You're naming these specific examples.
So do you
I'm thinking of this off the top of my head.
I'm gonna say it simply. Do you think the guys that build the guns and build the bombs and build the airplanes that
Okay.
drop the bombs,
Okay.
do you think that they should have the right to buy politicians?
Buy politicians?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, but
what
they
do you
can,
mean
but
by
they
buying
should,
politicians?
they should be able to.
By
But
donating?
yeah, donating to a super PAC, donating
no,
unlimited amounts of
no,
money
no,
to a
that's
political
totally
campaign.
different. Hold on, no, that's totally different. I don't call that buying politicians by donating
Okay.
to politicians. I don't say
Yeah.
that. You say that, right? That's totally different.
So here-
I think the
so
people
here-
who build
so-
the bombs,
so-
build the guns, all this
Yeah,
other stuff.
they should be able to give unlimited. They should be able to give
I didn't say
unlimited
limit.
amounts of money.
Did I say
Yes, that's
limit?
what you support. Super PACs, though, correct? Do you support the existence of super PACs?
God damn it, dude.
Do you support the existence of super
Wi-Fi is
PACs?
disconnected, right? I didn't sit there. Hold on. I didn't sit there and say unlimited. I said I wasn't sure, right?
Do you
So there's
support the
a-
existence of super PACs?
I don't know.
Okay.
This is just another I don't know.
So,
Just because
so
I
you,
give you a yes or
here,
no doesn't mean it's
do you support?
okay.
Do you support Elon Musk being able to donate the millions of dollars that he did to Donald Trump?
I think yes. I think it's okay to donate.
So Donald, so
I'd be donating
Elon Musk gave that money through a super PAC. So you support super PACs. You support unlimited donations to political campaigns through super PACs.
I can support on, hey, donating 100 million, but I can also not support on how it's done to donate the 100 million. Yeah, quiet now. Yeah, I see.
No, you didn't like do a gotcha. You're just so fucking dumb that it's surprising.
I got you.
So
I made you
no,
my little
you really
play.
didn't.
You quite down.
Yeah,
Good
no, I'm
boy.
just letting it. Are you jerking off right now? Are you jerking off right now?
Yeah, I'm just making sure.
Are you jerking off right now? So again, you think that Elon Musk can donate unlimited funds to his super PAC, which will go and support a campaign, and that's fine with you. That's not corruption.
I don't know how it's specifically done of him donating, but I say, hey, the question
You don't know a lot of
is,
things. You really don't know a lot of things, and I encourage you to learn. I encourage you to learn. I encourage you to learn. You don't even know what Lockheed Martin is. You don't know anything. You don't know Elon violated labor laws. You're the dumbest motherfucker I've had call in. Have a good day.
Is this how you discuss?
This is how I discuss to bad faith
Because you're
dipshits.
dumbass bitches.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't even debate.
Yeah.
You can't even debate.
Yeah.
I have an actual discussion.
Shut up,
It's gonna
prick.
come out your throat.
Shut up, prick. I got people calling in, so I'm gonna let him in. I'm gonna pull you in next. I'm gonna put you on hold for now.
Okay.
309 area code, what's on your mind?
Hey, how's it going, man? Alex Montgomery, Pekin, Illinois here. How are you doing?
I'm good, brother. I'm good. How are you?
Oh, fantastic. I just wanted to know why your opinions were so skewed, and you're just the ugliest nigger I've probably ever seen. I can't tell if you're Mexican or Indian, and you've got some sort
You waited 21 minutes for that, you dumb bitch! Oh boy. That was funny. 21 minutes waiting in the queue just to say that. Alright, I'm gonna get off the TikTok live for that. Alright, 6:30. What's on your mind? Hold on, I'm gonna put someone on hold real quick. I'm gonna put you on hold for now, but I'll pull you in next caller.
No, I want.
630 area code, what's on your mind?
Yeah, I don't know how you can say that Trump's presidency is going to hurt the country.
Oh yeah, he is, yeah.
How so?
Yeah, I mean, when he talks about raising taxes for 95% of the population through his tax plan, right? His tax plan was analyzed. His found is going to raise tax on 95% of the bottom earners, only cutting taxes for the top 5%. I think that's pretty bad. When he talks about doing the tariffs, which are inherently inflationary, he wants to do across-the-board tariffs, not specific targeted tariffs. That's the type of tariffs I support. He supports across the board. That's silly, and that's going to raise prices. When he talks about the mass deportations, when you get rid of 40% of the entire agriculture workforce, that's going to raise prices on food. There's a million different things that he wants to do that will make things tougher for regular people.
So how did Trump's first presidency ruin your life?
Well, there's things I disapprove. I don't like that he increased drone strikes 435%. I don't like that he cut taxes. 83% of his tax cuts went to the top 1%. I don't like that he didn't make manufacturing great again. I don't like that he didn't make infrastructure great again. I don't like that he didn't get rid of the bad trade deals like he promised. It's pretty bad.
So what I'm confused about is Trump tax cuts actually helped people that were in my situation, you know, mainly the poor, and poor people thrived during Trump's first presidency. And
no, they really didn't.
I'm in a different situation now, and, you know, on election day when, you know, they announced that Trump was the winner, my stock portfolio went up drastically because everybody
stocks will do fine.
Everybody's anticipating that Trump's presidency the second time is going to be...
I don't think stocks are very reflective of regular people. I think the stock market and the investor economy is dominated by the ultra wealthy. So I don't think that's a really good indicator of how the regular person's economy is going to be doing.
Well, I mean, dude, sorry to say. I mean, I heard briefly what you were talking about. I don't know how I came onto your your video. I heard you were talking about super PACs with somebody else.
Yeah, it's
Like,
extremely
are you-
corrupt.
They are. You're absolutely
Yes.
right. And what Kamala Harris did with $1.5 billion.
Real quick,
she should
real
be
quick.
ashamed of herself.
Real quick, Halo Pro 77. Trump's caused massive layoffs in tech due to Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. More Jobs Cut Act. Yes, thank you for the $5. And by the way, Trump supports those H-1B visas, which allows American workers to be displaced and allows foreign workers to be exploited and paid less than American workers and forced to work more. So yeah, Donald Trump is very much a bitch to capital. And yes, shame on Kamala Harris for taking money from the super PACs. I'm not for big money in politics, whether it's Republicans or Democrats. And if we can call it corrupt when Democrats do it, we can absolutely call it corrupt when Republicans do it. Correct?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. Who is your candidate for president?
My ideal candidate's Bernie Sanders, but I voted for Kamala Harris because she was the better of the two candidates.
Oh, God. I feel sorry for you. What's her biggest accomplishment?
Yeah, so I like a National Labor Relations Board that makes it easier for people to be able to unionize. I like having Lena Khan in charge of the FTC. You know Lena Khan? Good politician. I like having 800,000 new manufacturing jobs. I like having the CHIPS Act and the Infrastructure Act. I like investments in infrastructure and investments into manufacturing. I like that there are historic high public and private investments into manufacturing. And by the way, Lou Sassels, $5. Congratulations on... Oh boy. You said $5 to say that. Thank you for your money, though. Very much appreciated. But yes, as I was saying... yeah, there were certain achievements from the Biden administration. It wasn't perfect. I think that what they've been doing in Israel is horrible, and it's going to be even worse when Donald Trump says that he wants to double down on Biden's Israel policy.
Oh, dude, I think you're reading a bunch of nonsensical, Democrat liberal bullshit, and
I don't think it's a bunch of Democrat liberal bullshit to say that Joe Biden supports genocide. That's criticizing Joe Biden. That's criticizing the Democratic president, right?
The Palestinians and the Jews are going to be fighting. It's never going to end. It's just
I think that's a completely redundant way to look at it. I think that's completely redundant. It was a lot more stable when there was when wasn't.
Trump was in office. He had the Abraham Accords.
No. Who were the nations involved with the Abraham Accords?
Let's see. Jordan, Saudi Arabia, the United States, and Israel.
Yeah. So where are the Palestinians in that deal?
Well, if the Palestinians, would stand up against the Hamas leaders who are...
So you brought up a deal to say that Trump made peace in the Middle East, that he made peace in Israel and Palestine. You brought up a deal unrelated to the Israel-Palestine situation.
Well,
that's kind of irrelevant to the conversation, correct?
Palestinians are harboring fugitives. They're harboring Hamas terrorists, and they don't stand up to these radical terrorists. And when you harbor terrorists... So
when nearly half of the population of Gaza is children, like, what are you supposed to do? And you understand that there are two Palestinian states. You understand that there's two Palestinian states, and the West Bank is not governed by Hamas, yet there is still illegal settlements, there is still killings in the West Bank by Israelis, correct?
They need to stop reproducing. That's what they need to do.
Oh, so you think that they should just die out?
No, they need to stop reproducing and stop procreating unless they can afford to take care of their offspring.
Yeah, my question I'm not asking for. I don't understand where you're saying like I'm trying to make a social program for fucking people in Palestine right now. I'm saying that the reason I brought up kids is that half of the population is children. So tell me, it's a simple thing. Tell me if you are a child in Gaza, what are you personally going to do to get rid of the Hamas government?
You don't harbor them, that's for fucking sure.
What do you do if you were in the situation as the children in Gaza to get rid of Hamas?
You put a bullet in their head.
So you as a child are going to find a gun and go up against the government, you're gonna find a gun, you're gonna go to the government of your region, you're gonna just kill all the leaders, you're gonna kill all the soldiers, you as an individual child in Hamas, or in Gaza.
That's how they gotta deal with it, man.
So do you think that you're putting all the responsibility in this situation? Just it's all the Palestine's
Absolutely.
fault.
Yeah.
Really? So why is it just the Palestinians' fault? I'm curious.
Because they don't stand up to the Hamas terrorists, their own government.
So you didn't like Joe Biden, right? I assume.
Oh God, no.
So why didn't you overthrow Joe Biden?
Because I'm not. I don't have a militia. And,
Well, thank you, dummy. Thank you. That's why some children in Gaza are not going to overthrow the government of the region.
How did Syria just get rid of?
A decade-long civil war. So you're just saying, oh, why don't these people just do a civil war? So why don't you just do a civil war? I'm not saying that you should, but I'm asking based on your logic.
Netanyahu took out all the leaders of Hamas. They're slowly dying out, so the problems in Palestine are going to slow down, as you can see.
So they can just do a civil war. So why don't you ever just do a civil war? Because you just approve of the government. Did you approve of the Iraq war when we went in there, killed 1 million Iraqi civilians on the lie that there were weapons of mass destruction?
No, I didn't support it because I knew it was about oil and money, of course.
Good.
But,
Good. So you understand that we had a monstrous government doing a horrible decision that killed a bunch of people for no real reason, and you didn't overthrow the United States government. Would that then justify the entire world bombing America, killing a bunch of American children, starving us, doing this, doing that, because our people in America did not overthrow George W. Bush when he killed 1 million Iraqis?
So here's the big picture. Okay, so Donald Trump is not...
Okay, you're running away from that. You're running away from that. Again, you were advocating for civil war for the people in Gaza, civil war for thee, not civil war for me, though. I don't want to do a revolution. I don't want to do a civil war. I want to live my life. I want to focus on my job. But those kids in Gaza, they should just do a civil war.
You know what? Israel seems like they've already taken out all the Hamas leaders, so the problems in Palestine, they're going to decrease, as you can see. I don't hear too much spoken about on the news regarding Palestine in the last few months.
Maybe you're just not really paying attention to it.
No, I don't see anything. I really don't. I don't see.
Yeah,
anything.
I mean, maybe you're watching. Maybe your news sources are not. Maybe your news sources are no longer talking about the issue. But the issue does.
Out all the Hamas leaders.
You think? Wait. You think the beeper stuff? You think the beeper stuff was for Hamas leaders?
Absolutely, and Hezbollah.
No, the beeper stuff was exclusively Hezbollah. You're mixing up the situations, so you're talking like you're informed. You're talking like this war just ended. Here's a report right now that says, Israel's intense bombardment of Gaza kills nearly 200 Palestinians in just 3 days alone. So, my friend,
kill them all. Yeah. They should kill them all. They're all fucking troublemakers.
Hey,
Netanyahu should nuke Palestine.
I just want to make that clear. You heard that here, folks. This guy said, kill them all. Netanyahu should nuke them.
Nuke them all.
So you're pro-genocide. So you're pro-genocide.
The Jews have the ability to do it.
Okay, so we'll be clear. We'll be clear. Your side is kill them all. Your side is genocide.
Absolutely. Whoever has the nukes, drop them. Israel
so kill
them.
Kill them all.
They have the capability. Drop them on Palestine. That'll end the fighting between the Palestinians and the Jews.
So what? I'm just curious. What justifies the genocide?
I mean, dude, thousands of years of religious, persecution and fighting over land.
Okay, so I'm curious. When America spent decades and decades and decades overthrowing democratically elected governments, we overthrew a democratically elected government in Iran and installed the Shah. We killed 1 million people in Iraq. We did a lot of horrible things. I think there's a big list. Hold on. I think there's. Yeah,
No,
yes,
no,
there
no,
has.
no,
In
no.
1950, there was a government that we overthrew,
No.
and we installed the Shah. Don't be fucking stupid. Don't act like you know history. You don't.
No.
All right, but
No.
real quick, the main point is this: there are a lot of bad things that we did. There's a long list, a laundry list of bad things that we did. So
If you
someone,
hate America
do you
so
think?
much, why don't
Do you
you
think?
leave?
No, I don't hate America. I'm asking you a question here to test your logic. Do you think that someone could then say, America, you killed 1 million Iraqis, Americans are all troublemakers, we're gonna kill this guy, Mr. 630 area codes, we're gonna nuke his grandchildren? Do you think that person would sound reasonable or psychotic?
Well, let's ask your.
I'm asking you a direct question. Do you think killing your grandchildren because of the bad things America has done, collective
Not my
punishment,
grandchildren. I'm not
do you
gonna
think that
suffer
that's
from it.
reasonable?
I'm not
You
going
think
to
it's
suffer from it.
you think so you don't think it's reasonable to kill your grandchildren?
Who's talking about grandchildren here?
Do you have
I'm
grandchildren?
talking
You
about-
you have grandchildren?
No.
Okay. You have children?
No.
Okay, you sound like an
told
old
you
man.
not to
You,
procreate.
you sound like an old man, so I was assuming that you have some sort of family. Maybe there's somebody that you love. I don't know. But if because of
Look at
America's
your
crimes in
callers.
the
Look
world,
at your callers.
if
Who
in
makes-
America,
look at your callers.
if based on the crimes that America has committed, somebody advocated for collective punishment, nuking anybody that you care about, everybody that you care about, would that person sound psychotic or reasonable?
Well, let's ask your audience.
I'm asking you a direct question. Would it be reasonable to do collective punishment of your loved ones because America has done some bad things?
I can
Because you're
protect my
saying
loved ones.
you're
I can
saying
protect
kill
my
every
loved ones.
Palestinian. You're saying kill every Palestinian. You're saying kill them all. You're saying drop nukes on them.
Absolutely.
And you're saying it again. You're okay. So you
God willing.
believe in collective punishment. You believe in genocide.
Not collective punishment.
Right.
The fighting has to end
Okay.
at some point. The Jews
So kill them all.
have the technology.
So kill them
The
all.
Jews have the technology and the
I don't even have to
leadership
say it
do
because you already said it. All right, I don't think there's really much we can go on. I think we're fundamentally two very different people because you're pro-slaughter, you're pro-genocide. You say kill them all. I say save lives. I say that no civilian should die, whether they're Israeli or Palestinian. You are for civilians dying, and I think you should go fuck yourself, genuinely. All right, 219 area code. What's on your mind? 219 area code. What is on your mind? 219 area code.
Yes, sir.
Yes, what is on your mind?
Conversation without you yelling.
Hold on, I'm gonna put someone on hold real quick. I'm gonna put you in the queue for now. Stay on hold.
How you doing?
Alright, 219 area code. What is on your mind? Are you gonna be pro-genocide like the last caller? I would hope not.
I am just pro-United States, brother. No? How about just be pro-United States? Why don't
I'm
you
very
talk about
pro-United
what the
States.
country has to offer instead of slamming every other country that we're not involved with.
Sure.
Tell me
So,
one positive
what's on your
thing
mind?
you think about this country.
hello.
What's your positive point of view for the United States?
Yeah, I like our freedom of speech. I like the people. We have a wonderful culture. We dominate entertainment across the world. We dominate just culture across the world, and I love that.
So are you good with him handing out George Soros the medal? You happy with that? Was that a good move?
What does that have to do with anything?
That
You
has
asked
a
me.
lot to
Wait.
do with
You asked me.
everything.
You asked me what I like about the United States. I say I like freedom of speech. I like our culture. And you're like, what about George Soros though? I think George Soros should have no influence in our politics. I think big money should
He
be
has,
out of
though.
politics
Do you agree
completely.
He has?
Yeah,
Do you agree
he does.
has?
When you give money to politicians, you absolutely have influence, and that's the same reason I want Elon Musk money completely out of politics as well. All money out of politics.
Well, if there's no money in politics, there's no money to run the government because they're misusing our
No,
tax
I'm not
dollars.
talking about money going to government. I'm saying money going to political campaigns. We need clean elections, and that means getting rid of George Soros' money, which I think you're for, correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
And that means getting rid of Elon Musk money. Are you for that too?
100%. Donald Trump
Okay, good.
didn't need Elon Musk money to get elected. The first
Yeah, but he
time,
did take
the
it, though.
second time, or the third time.
Wait, hold on. Someone's trying to call in, so I'm gonna put them on hold. I'm gonna put you on hold for now and go to you afterwards.
Okay.
But yes, no, Donald Trump absolutely needed big donors' money, and he did take big
No,
donors'
he did
money,
not.
both this
So,
election and that last
2016
election. Would you like to know how much money that he received in 2016?
Whose money did he receive in 2016?
Yeah, Super PAC's money. One of the big examples is Sheldon Adelson.
Well, everybody goes through the super PAC. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
Even
that's corruption,
successful
correct?
people.
That's corruption, correct? Corruption? To take the
No,
money from the
not
Super...
necessarily.
It's not corruption.
No.
Okay, so George Soros should be able to give unlimited money then, if that's the case.
Why are you screaming? Why do you?
I'm not really screaming, so I'm just testing your logic here. 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 I'm just testing your logic. So you say that a super PAC, you say a super PAC can donate as much money as they want. You say a super PAC can donate as much money as they want. You say it's not corruption when a super PAC gives money to politicians. So George Soros can give as much money as he wants.
Did the super PAC affect my vote? I don't think
Yes.
so.
I don't know about you personally, but super PACs absolutely affect people's votes. If a super PAC floods into a congressional election and they become the dominant thing you hear, this person's name, candidate A, candidate A, candidate A, and candidate B is evil, 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 evil. Yes, money has influence. Money has influence. Money has influence. I don't care about your personal vote, but do you not see how dominating the airspace? Yeah, I don't care about your anecdotes. I don't care about your anecdotes. Don't get so triggered. Don't get so offended. Don't get so emotional. Don't be a little fucking girl, okay? I'm saying that yes, money in politics absolutely has influence on outcomes of elections. Can you tell me why? Can you tell me why that a candidate with more money is likely to win than a candidate with less money?
Kamala had 1.5.
Tell me why a candidate is more likely to win than a candidate with less money. Yeah, I'm not talking about Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris is one example. It's the biggest election in the race. So again, hey, watch this. You see this? I can mute you. I can put you on hold. So are you going to have a conversation or are you going to bitch and moan?
You're screaming.
So, okay, here. I'll tone it down for you. I'll tone it down for you. I'll tone it down for you. You want to tone it down a little bit? I'll tone it down for you, okay? I'll tone it down for you, okay? I didn't say your vote didn't count.
I think it
I
did
said
count
that
because it
I
put
didn't
down
say your
Trump in
I didn't
office.
say your vote didn't count. I didn't say your vote didn't count.
Are you going to be screaming?
I didn't
during
say
the
your vote didn't
inauguration?
count.
'Cause I wanna
I didn't
watch
say your
you
vote
put
didn't
down
count.
when they're inaugurating.
I didn't say your vote didn't count, little boy.
Yes, you did.
Did I say that?
My
Would you
vote
like me
had
to
nothing
explain?
do with the
Would you like me
super
to
PAC
explain?
money.
Would you like me to
My vote had
explain?
nothing to
Do you
with the
need it?
super PAC.
Do you need me to explain to you?
Let me tell.
Do you need me to explain to you because you don't really know?
Sure.
Yeah.
Let's
Okay.
hear
Good.
it. Let's
Good.
hear it, genius.
So
Because
when you
your
were
mom
saying,
loves the gas
when you were
station and your
saying,
dad has a liquor
you were
store,
saying,
doesn't make you
when
a
you were
genius.
saying that your vote is not impacted by super PAC money,
It wasn't.
that's cool, right?
It wasn't.
But when you look at multiple elections, not just the presidential one, but if say 80% of elections are won by the person with the most money behind their campaign, you can assume that there is a connection between money and victory when it comes to politics. Of course, there are exceptions, particularly in the presidential election when it's the biggest names in politics and the biggest election in the country. But when you look at, say, congressional races, of course, money in politics has influence. Of course, super PAC money can sway an election. Now, do you
What
and
about
when
while
when
they're there?
politicians
I mean,
when
Nancy
politicians
Pelosi has not made more
when
than
politicians
$175,000
when
a year.
politicians
She's worth
when politicians
$100 million.
take money from, say, defense
Nancy,
contractors, do
Nancy,
you think that that's a
Nancy,
problem? Fuck Nancy Pelosi, little boy. I don't give a fuck about Nancy Pelosi. I don't like her.
look at you get triggered.
I don't give a fuck
Listen,
about Nancy
don't
Pelosi.
break.
I'm asking
See,
you a question
it's funny
here.
how other
Do you
people
think
get
I like
in
Nancy
their
Pelosi? Do you think I like Nancy Pelosi?
fingernails, too, dude.
Do you think I like Nancy Pelosi?
Do
you think-
like
do you
the
think-
whole left?
Do you think I like
Arguing
Nancy
with
Pelosi,
everybody that
motherfucker?
doesn't believe
I'm asking
you.
you a simple question. Can you answer a simple question, or are you too stupid?
it?
And do you think I like Nancy Pelosi?
I think your fingernails are just as long as hers.
Do you think I like Nancy Pelosi? Do you think I like Nancy Pelosi?
I think you're stuck in the left really hard. I think it's.
Do you
sad.
think
It's scary
I am
that
a
you're the future
supporter?
of this country.
Do you think I am a supporter
In the basement.
of Nancy
You're the future of
Pelosi?
this country
I'm
in
asking
the
you a
basement of the
simple
gas station.
question.
Crazy.
Are you capable,
Crazy.
or has your brain degraded to a point that you can't answer a simple question? All right. So
Dude.
tell me, do you think I am a supporter of Nancy
I
Pelosi?
do. I really do. I feel like.
No, I
everything you're
don't.
saying
Do
is
you
so
think, for
far
example,
left.
do you think, for example, I think that Nancy Pelosi should be able to trade stock with the insider information that she has? Do you think I support that?
Yeah, I bet you do.
No, I think that
Because
no
you
member of
voted
Congress
that-
should be able to trade. I don't think no member of Congress should be able to trade stock. I think any member of Congress should be able to trade stock.
Are you a registered voter? Can we ask?
Absolutely,
that? Are you a registered
absolutely.
voter? Did you vote? Did you exercise your
Yeah,
vote?
I voted for Democrats because of policies. Their policies are better than Republicans.
How-
But I'm asking
what
you specific. I'm
policy
asking you
is that
specific.
playing real
I'm asking you
sports?
specifically about corruption.
policy?
So I'm asking you
What
specifically about
policy?
corruption.
They're not corrupt
Would you,
on the
okay,
left.
so wait. Would you like me to? No, there is corruption on both sides, and I think big money has to be
Okay,
taken out.
okay.
I call out Democrats. You don't call out
Here
Republicans.
you go,
That's the
yelling again.
difference.
Here goes the little
That's
boy
the difference.
yelling when he doesn't
Do you
do it.
call out Republicans
I
for their
got a
corruption?
7-month-old grandson
Is
that
Donald
doesn't
Trump
like
corrupt?
yelling at you.
Is Donald Trump corrupt?
And
Is
he
Donald
doesn't
Trump
yell,
corrupt?
got a diaper
Is
full
Donald
of
Trump
shit.
corrupt?
You do.
Ask me answer a question for
Donald
once in
Trump
your
never
life.
took a paycheck the whole time he was president. I don't think he's corrupt.
Yeah, but then he took $333 million in his 2016 campaign, mostly from outside money. And then in 2024, if you would like to know, he took, let's see
Where
here.
you get your
He
work
took-
from CNN?
No,
Well,
open
look,
secrets.
the
All they do,
Congress did
open
1.5
secrets, it's
billion.
data collection.
They can't even account.
Kamala Harris is also corrupt. I don't know I don't know if you understand this, but Kamala Harris is also corrupt. Kamala Harris is corrupt.
All those people that support
And Donald Trump is corrupt. I think you're too mad, old man. So there's a person in the next line. Unfortunately, you can't talk. You can't talk. You're incapable. I'm gonna give you a simple opportunity, one more opportunity to be able to have a conversation, right?
Oh my God. you're
So you
hilarious.
think that Donald Trump or Kamala Harris taking $1 billion is corrupt, right?
it was pretty questionable? to
So
say
when
the
Donald
least.
Trump also takes the big money from the big donors, takes $975 million from outside
Now,
money,
you just said
463.
300 million, now it's 900.
No,
What's it gonna be,
I
a
was
gazillion in a
referencing-
minute? Are you going to get to the
Can you-
gazillion?
Can I
Are
explain to
gonna
you?
get the- your
Can I explain to
decimal
you?
math,
Can I explain to you?
gazillion,
Can I explain to you?
or
First, I was referencing. First, I was referencing. First, I was referencing the 2016 election. Now I'm referencing
Used all
the
of his own money to get
2024
elected.
election.
All of his own money. What about
Mm-mm,
Hillary?
no.
How'd she get her money?
Yes,
From
Hillary
Epstein.
Clinton is also
From
corrupt.
Epstein.
Hillary
From
Clinton's
Jeffrey.
also corrupt. Donald Trump was friends with
So
Jeffrey Epstein.
everybody
But,
will bring up
so-
the Democratic Party you call corrupt, but you still vote that way. You make no
Yeah.
sense. Why
So
not
why
not
do you?
vote
So
then?
so so
Why
if you
not
if
vote?
you because I
If either
support
candidate
policies.
was
I
good,
support
why vote?
policies. I support policies.
What policy of letting
Yeah.
men
So would you
play
like to hear the
girls'
policies?
sports?
Would you like to hear the list of
That's
policies
the
I support?
policy.
Would you like to hear the
Children
Would you
that
like to
they
hear the
could be
policies I
asked
support?
to get
Would you like to hear the
letterboxes
policies I
full?
support?
That's
Would you like to hear the policies I support? Would you like to hear the policies I support? Would you like to hear the policies I support? Would you like to hear the policies I support? Would you like to hear the policies I support? Would you like to hear the policies I support? Would you like to hear the policies I support? I think the audience wants to hear the policies, so I'm going to tell you the policies I support.
Hey, do you
I
read
support
the
I support increased manufacturing in this country,
No one
which we
wants
saw
you.
800,000 new
No one
manufacturing
wants you
jobs.
agreeing with
I
you.
support
People want
infrastructure.
you to
I'm against the bad trade deals. You're for the bad trade deals. I'm against the wars. You support the wars. You increase drone strikes 435%. So when Donald Trump,
my grandfather fought in
yeah.
World War II. I had a buddy
Yeah, that's a
die
shame.
in Iraq.
So here,
I don't support
here,
wars.
here. Do you support Donald Trump when he increased drone strikes 435%? Do you support Donald Trump when he increased drone strikes 435%? Do you support Donald Trump increasing drone strikes 435%? Do you support Donald Trump increasing drone strikes 435%? Simple question.
Yeah, 100%. Yep.
So you okay? Okay, good. So you support Donald Trump increasing 435%. So so again, I think here. Watch this. 1, 2, 3. I think you're talking about a different topic. We were talking about foreign policy for now. So I'm asking you a simple question. Do
I
you
don't
support
agree
Donald
with
Trump?
war. We should
Do
have
you
never went to
support
Iraq.
Do you support Donald Trump increasing drone strikes 435%?
How many people did Obama strike? You won't even talk about that.
Oh no,
motherfucker. You guys
I did.
had the office
I did.
For 12 of the last
I did.
15 years.
You know.
owned
So
the
wait,
White
wait,
House
real
for
quick.
12 or 16
Can you calm down
years.
for a second? Are you able to
I
calm
am
down?
calm. You're just a liar.
Are you able to
Everybody-
calm down for a second?
You see the comments on your screen?
Are you able to calm down for a second? 'Cause I got a question for you. I got a question for you. I got a question for
What
you.
is your
Okay.
question?
So you think it's bad when Obama does the drone strikes that he did, correct?
I didn't say it was bad. You're
Okay.
saying Donald Trump
So
did
here,
this. I said,
here,
why don't
here's
you
a-
speak of
here's
what
simple-
Obama did?
Can I ask you a
Why
math
don't
question
you speak
here?
of what the left did? Why
First
don't
of all-
you speak of Syria?
first
Why
of
won't
all-
you speak of that?
First of all, I've criticized Democrats multiple times in this call,
No,
and I'm
you're
not a fan of
criticizing
Obama.
Trump about drone strikes, but you forget
So
Obama was the biggest supporter
no. Can you
ever.
please
Obama was
calm down
considered
for a
the supporter
second?
in chief.
Can you please calm down for a second?
But you
Okay.
don't know your
Can you
facts,
calm down
Junior.
for a second?
You
You're getting
guys
emotional.
tell the truth
You're
all the
emotional.
time.
Why are you so emotional?
Canker
Why are you so
sore.
mad? Why are you so emotional?
Because you're
Okay.
a big
So can
nasty
can you
listener.
engage? Can you engage in conversation? Can you engage back and forth?
I have been. You're the one that
Okay.
wants to only
So here,
if it's
let's calm down for a
Republicans
second.
are bad.
Let's calm down for a second.
Democrats are good
So
because you
if
support
I
that
view what
man
Donald Trump
against
did
little
as
girls.
bad, if I view Donald Trump increasing drone strikes 435% as bad, I also
Why?
view when Obama increased drone strikes in the Bush term as bad. But here's
Are
a
you
math
okay
question.
With the Afghanistan withdrawal, did that make you happy?
I'm personally happy that no American soldier is dying in Afghanistan anymore. But let's focus on one topic.
what about the
Okay.
13 on the
Let's
way
focus
out?
on one topic.
What about
What about the soldiers that died every single year in Afghanistan that we were continued in that war when Donald Trump promised he'd end that war? Every single year soldiers died, okay? So I'm glad that no soldier is dying. So, okay, we're going to do a final point here because people want you out. People want you out. People really want you out. So I just want to ask you a simple question, a math question,
People
right?
want me out. That's not
Yeah,
what
yeah.
I'm reading. People are
Yeah.
laughing at your
Okay.
canker
So
sore
so
on
here,
doing
so
something.
here, a simple
People
question,
are
a math
making
question.
fun of how you look.
So a math question, okay? If Obama did a specific amount of drone strikes and you increase it 435% in 2 years, does that mean that you did more than 100% of Obama's 8 years in that 2 years if you increased it 435%? And if someone has a problem with what Obama did, do you think that they would then have a problem with increasing Obama's drone strikes 435%?
How many American soldiers were harmed during those drone strikes?
Sorry, I didn't hear you. There was a notification. Can you repeat your question? Hold on, there was another notification.
You're talking
Here,
about
repeat that again.
Michael Obama? Mike Obama, Big Mike, or Osama Hussein Obama? Which one are you talking about?
Okay, he hung up. I was going to answer his question, but he tried to tell a joke there and he couldn't cook. Okay, 409 area code. What's on your mind?
I would just like to say I agree with everything you are saying. And by the way, my name is also Nathan. And
Hey, shout out to you, Nathan.
I would just like to say that I love that you support the LGBTQ, and I am pansexual because I just love pots and pans.
Hey,
And
shout
I
out
just
to you.
wanna
I'm going to
know your
put someone in
opinion.
real quick. I'm going to put you on hold and go to you next. So what are you saying?
Shout out to you. I would like to say that
Hello? I hear myself on your end. Are you there? Okay, he left. 803 area code. 803 area code. What's on your mind?
Nothing. Just it's a joke that you defend all this stuff. Really?
It's a joke that I defend all this stuff? What stuff?
Oh yeah, it's hilarious.
I'm curious, where am I wrong? Go ahead.
Tell me where you're right. How about that?
Yeah, I think having more manufacturing in America is a good thing, right?
Oh, of course.
I think not supporting the Saudis' genocide in Yemen, that would also be a good thing.
What? Oh yeah, of
Hold
course.
on. I see someone calling in. I'm going to put them in the queue. I'm going to put you on hold for now. I'm going to go to you afterwards, okay? So another thing I don't support, for example, I don't support big money into politics. I think super PACs need to be banned. Is that wrong?
Oh, definitely. No, that's absolutely correct as well.
Okay, so it
Just
sounds like we're
layer-
mostly.
the-
It sounds like we're
the
mostly
side cake in
agreeing.
here.
It sounds like we're mostly agreeing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, that yeah. A lot. I mean, I agree with some things. It's the way a lot of them are framed.
Okay. So where's the disagreement exactly?
Well, it's just the defense of one side and the attack of the other.
I'm critical. I'm perfectly fine with criticizing my own side, right? I think Joe Biden did a genocide in
Well, why
in Israel.
is there a side? Is what
And
I'm saying.
I think that Joe Biden did a
And
genocide in.
like-
Hold on, real quick. I think Biden did a genocide in Israel and Gaza. He supported Israel's genocide, and unfortunately, what I'm saying with Trump is his criticism was that Biden was too hard on Israel, and he wants to double down on the genocide that Biden was supporting. So, yeah, that's me criticizing both sides there.
Genocide on what side? What do you mean?
Israel committing a genocide on the Palestinians. If you don't like the word genocide, we can say a mass slaughter. We can say an intentional slaughter. We can say starvation. We can say blocking the aid. All that stuff.
Okay. How much land does Israel need to give back?
I'm not saying they have to
You know
give
what I'm saying?
back
They've
land.
been giving land back. Oh,
They really haven't been giving
quote,
land back.
since
They really
the
haven't.
60s.
They've been taking
Yeah,
money,
they
or
have.
they've been continuing to do illegal settlements in the West Bank, which is different from Gaza, and they've been continually bombing Gaza and blockading Gaza and preventing even shipments of concrete, preventing ports from being built, preventing airports from being built in Gaza, and they have they force all of the citizens in Gaza to register with them. They are occupying the state. That does not sound like they're giving back the state. What I would like to see, ideally,
No, they're
is
trying to
just
take some of it back that they've given away over the years.
They really haven't given away over the years.
5 decades.
They haven't given land away. Israel's only gotten bigger. So that's
That
not
is
cool.
absolutely not even close to true.
You think
A
Israel's
simple
gotten
Google search
smaller?
will find that. A simple
Would you
Google
like to
search will show
would you
that.
like to see Israel Palestine border over time?
Yeah. Well, I can't watch it because I'm on the phone, but
Yeah, no problem. So I'm gonna send this picture into the chat. I'm sure the chatters can read it if they want, or look at it if they want. I don't know if it'll work because most are on mobile. But here's a picture of Israel gradually taking more and more land. Not cool. Not good. Especially those settlements in the West Bank, because, say like the justification is to just resist Hamas, to fight Hamas, right? Hamas does not govern the West
yeah,
Bank,
the same people
but
that put their
Israel.
bases in the bottom of hospitals,
Yeah,
the same people
so-
that shield their
so again,
children.
I mean, that's the Israeli narrative. After they bomb a
No,
thing, they
that's
just
what's
say,
happening. That is
after
what's
after Israel bombs a building, they always say there's Hamas there. It's really easy to make that claim when you can't really look at a bomb site
So
very
you-
well,
so
especially
they
in the
just
fog
bomb-
of
they
war.
just bomb hospitals just to bomb them.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think they bomb a lot of things. Hold on, someone wants to be
Well,
on
you-
hold real quick.
you
I'm gonna
heavy
put them
on
on
that
hold.
blue-
I'm gonna put you on hold for now. Just sit in the queue. Hello.
Yeah, you heavy on that blue Kool-Aid, man.
Blue Kool-Aid? What do you think? Like Democrats are
Oh,
just
yeah.
like the biggest Palestine supporters on the planet, even though Joe Biden gave Israel every single thing they wanted.
Yeah, as he should.
Cool. So
I can
when
definitely
Israel
watch
when
that.
Israel blocks 83% of food aid entering Gaza, is that okay?
Of course that's not okay. It's never okay to do stuff like that, just like it wasn't when they was doing it back in Africa in the 90s and stuff. And just like,
Hold on,
Clinton
1 second. The
supporting
same person hung up and they're trying to call back in. Brother, stay in the
but
queue. I'm gonna
wait.
put you on hold for now. You're gonna be on hold for now. You have to
I
wait.
don't have enough data.
All right. Hello.
yeah, what about Biden and them sending off to Turkey? I mean, not Turkey, excuse me, Iran. You
What
alright
about
with that?
you said Biden and Iran? What about
But
Biden and
that's why-
Iran?
That's how Hamas done what they done.
Wait. What are you talking about?
back in
Biden and
October.
Iran.
That's how they got.
What did
funds.
what did
How
Bi-
they
what was
got funds
Biden's
to do it.
involvement with Iran doing October 7th or Iran and
Because
Biden
the
doing
money
October
he
7th?
released- Because the money he released is what funded that.
What money did Biden
And
release?
Just like Ukraine.
Wait, what money did
Russia
Biden
didn't have
release?
the money because of the sanctions that Trump put on them. They didn't have
Yeah,
the
but
money
what
to do it.
money did
First day
Biden
in
release
office, Biden-
for
Please don't cut me
Hamas?
off. I hadn't cut you off.
But I'm asking you a
I'll
direct
let you
question.
speak, and
I'm asking you a direct question.
Yeah,
though.
well, that's because I didn't finish saying what I was saying before you asked the question.
Yeah.
What I was saying, Russia didn't have the money to fund that war because of the sanctions Trump put on. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Day one.
Well, there were sanctions before Trump as well.
Biden lifted all those sanctions, and Russia funded the war.
Well, I'm unfamiliar of Biden lifting a sanction. I'm unfamiliar of Biden lifting sanctions on Russia, and I'm unfamiliar of Biden lifting sanctions on Iran. Biden hasn't really done any efforts to improve relations with Iran.
That was one of the first things he did in office.
No, there's nothing in there.
When he,
I would love to see a source. I would love to see a source on that. I would love to see a source on that. I would just love to see a source on lifting sanctions on Iran that then proceeded to fund Hamas.
Public policy.
You know,
day one. Go look at his day one.
Yeah, I'm looking at the timeline for sanctions on Iran, and I'm not seeing anything of day one, 2021, that Biden did that lifted it, right? In fact, in June 2023, the Biden administration imposed sanctions on Iran, and this is before October 7th.
Well, what sanctions you reading? What sanctions?
The Biden administration imposed sanctions on the Islamic Republic of Iran's Revolutionary Guard Corps officials who were convicted of assassination plots, right? The U.S. sanctions targeted Mohammad Reza Ansari, an official unit within the IRGC Quads force, and another guy as well. Point is this. You're saying that Joe Biden has done this weird, like, lifting sanctions on Iran. I don't see anything in the timeline of 2021, Joe Biden lifting sanctions. In fact, the only thing that's present is that he put more sanctions. If you're curious about who was actually supporting Hamas, there is historic Israeli support for Hamas.
It's Iran.
Israel has propped up Hamas.
And now they're fighting them, right?
Yes. They propped up Hamas
just to beat them down, right? That's your logic?
Yes. Yes, to undermine secular factions within Palestine and the PLO. They propped up the radicals so that they can have a boogeyman to justify their actions against. Justifications always come with every declaration of war. And Netanyahu has directly talked about it. So do you just dispute this? If you dispute it, I would love to see your reasoning, and I would love to see your source for such a reason.
Well, I mean, just in sense tells that it makes no sense.
I think it makes perfect sense if you want to undermine the secular, more reasonable, more moderate factions within the PLO, and you want a boogeyman to justify all your bombings and all your war. And by the way, before the war, what was the situation Benjamin Netanyahu was dealing with in Israeli politics?
Oh, I can't tell you that because I'm not one of these people that's going to pretend like I know shit.
Okay, here. So I'm aware of it. I can explain to you. Benjamin Netanyahu was facing corruption charges. Benjamin Netanyahu was facing jail. Then the war began. His popularity went up, as it does for most wartime presidents. And when there is a war, or wartime prime ministers, and when there is a war, you can justify you staying longer and longer and longer. So, Benjamin Netanyahu's interest is actually in Hamas being able to exist, so then he can be the guy to fight him, to lead the fight against him. And let's say Hamas is defeated tomorrow. It is still in his interest to continue fighting some kind of war of some kind. If it's not the Palestinians in Gaza, there are the Palestinians in the West Bank. If it's not the Palestinians in the West Bank, there's Lebanon. And if it's not Lebanon, I would dare say Iran, because he would be confident that we would fight that war for him. It is in Netanyahu's interest to have Hamas, to have war, to have killing. And it's an unfortunate situation. And unfortunately, Joe Biden was supporting him and giving him everything he wants. And Donald Trump has said that Joe Biden was not giving him enough. And it makes sense considering that Donald Trump in his first campaign took $100 million from Sheldon Adelson. And now Sheldon Adelson is dead and he took $100 million from Marianne Adelson. And Marianne Adelson wants the annexation of the West Bank and probably, likely, war with Iran.
Okay, well, honestly, I think that shit needs back to how it was biblical anyway. That was their land, took from them, and everything else. So
if land was originally somebody else's, they should be able to take it back?
if they still exist, and they got the means to,
Oh, so it's like a might makes right world. So, like, hypothetically, like, if the Native Americans wanted
if they had the
America
means to,
back,
and my grandfather was 100%. My grandfather was 100% Blackfoot native, so.
yeah, but you're based on what you're saying here is if they had the means to, they should be able to do what Israel's doing, which would be, if not genocide, ethnic cleansing.
Taking their stuff back, yeah. Taking their land back, yeah.
Okay.
You should be able to. Anybody. If it's yours, just because it was stole from you 1,000 years ago, 2,000 years ago, don't mean you shouldn't be able to take it back if you still exist in that form.
Well, there also is other examples of other countries using historic justifications for starting wars. Germany, 1930s, they were saying that there was German-speaking people in former German lands, now owned by Czechoslovakia, now owned by Poland or whatever, and their entire war was justified on the idea of getting that land back. Hold on, I'm going to put somebody in a hold real quick. I'm going to put you on hold for now. But yeah, so they had the means to do it, but then was that justified though in your view?
If it was theirs and it was taken from them and they had the means to get it back, yeah.
So Germany was justified in invading Poland?
Let's say you took $10,000 from me. 5 years from now, I've done picked up whatever I need to get it back. I have the right to come back and get it. Yeah.
Well, it's quite the position to take. To say that the Germans had the right to invade Czechoslovakia and Poland. I disagree with that. Yeah. All right. Well, have a good day. Have a good day.
Oh yeah, of course.
Right. All right. 240 area code. What's on your mind?
Hey. Do you have something you want to talk about, or can I revisit a couple things you said already?
Yeah, you can revisit it.
Okay, so a while back you mentioned that Trump increased drone strikes.
Yeah.
Now, would fewer drone strikes or more drone strikes be more likely to end a war?
I don't know. You tell me.
With fewer drone strikes, all right, let me ask it from a different direction. Would fewer drone strikes or more drone strikes be more likely to prolong a war?
Depends on the situation. Depends on a million different factors. But you tell me what your position is.
Well, the wars that Obama started and, implemented drone strikes.
Which wars? You're talking about the war in Iraq and the war in Afghanistan? Because that was started by Bush.
The ones that you referred to when referring to the increased drone strikes.
Yes, they were started by Bush. Obama was also, like Trump, inheriting the wars.
Oh, God. So you're saying the war in Syria was started by Bush?
No, I said Iraq and Afghanistan. I said it's two specific countries. Syria is a different situation.
Okay.
Hold on, I'm going to put someone on hold real quick. All right. I'm going to put you in the queue, and I'll go to you afterwards.
Thank you.
Right, so I didn't say Syria. I said Iraq and Afghanistan.
Okay, so
Syria's a bit more of a complicated situation because there's a million different factors. Hold on.
We're talking about the war.
Syria's a quite the complicated situation because there's a million different factors. There's obviously a bunch of factions. There's the rebels. There's the government. There's the Turkish-backed rebels. There's the Kurds as well.
Who
So
started the wars?
if you want to say who started the wars, you could say the Americans and the Russians. But then also you have to factor in that, yes, there were legitimate rebels that were there, and the government does have interest in preserving itself. So, yes, it's not as simple as Iraq. Wait, hold on. You asked me a question, I'm answering your question. You asked me a question, so I'm answering your question. You asked me a question, so I'm answering your question. You asked me a question, so I'm answering your question. We're not going to continue if you don't let me answer your question. You're not going to continue if you don't let me answer your question. Are you going to let me answer your question?
Are you going to talk about drone strikes?
Absolutely, I'll talk about drone strikes.
Okay, so talk about the wars.
Yeah.
that drone strikes were used in. Not ones
Yeah.
that were started
Iraq,
10 years ago, 100
Afghanistan,
years ago.
and Syria, and Yemen,
Those weren't started.
and Israel and
those weren't the
Gaza.
ones that-
There's drone strikes in literally every single modern conflict. What is the point there?
Which ones were started and then drone strikes were utilized?
Every single war in the 21st century has drone strikes utilized. What are you arguing?
No. When those wars that started in Afghanistan, they weren't started with drone strikes. That's
But
what
then they
Obama
were.
did.
But then
When he
drone
started-
strikes
when he
came in.
started-
Drone
when he
strikes were
started
not
our
started
involvement
under
in Syria.
Obama. Drone strikes were started under Bush. I'm not saying Obama is justified in every single drone strike that he's using, but why are you pretending like Obama is he just spawned drone strikes out of his fucking vagina, right?
No. That's not what I said. I
Drone
said,
strikes
what
were
wars
started
did-
by Bush.
What
Two,
what wars did Obama start using drone strikes in?
Iraq, Afghanistan, and Syria.
No, there was more than that. But let's get to the
Well,
point
yes, of
that
course there's more than that.
Bush-
We
Bush-
bombed like 7 different countries across the world. We bombed countries in Africa. Bush used drone strikes as well.
in Syria.
The Syrian civil war did not begin during Bush's term. But I'm assuming
Yeah,
you want to
exactly.
place. I'm assuming you want to place the entire Syrian civil war on Obama. When I would say that Syria is not like Iraq. Hold on. Let me just clarify something. Iraq is a lot more simple. We invaded Iraq. America declared war on Iraq. Simple as that. With Syria, there was a civil war with multiple different factions supported by multiple different countries. The US-backed rebels, the Turkish-backed rebels, the Russian-backed government, the Kurds that were on our side in fighting ISIS. Syria is a lot more complicated of a situation. It is not like Iraq where we just started the war. So again, I want to get to the central point of your argument though. Are you trying to claim that more drone strikes would just end the Syrian civil war faster?
Why? How wouldn't it? How would less?
I'm just trying to clarify your argument. Is that your argument?
No,
that
I'm-
just more
I'm
drone
asking-
strikes?
No, I'm asking you how you think about this. Like, how does fewer drone strikes end a war sooner?
Again, it depends on the war. Like,
Syria.
Syria. We stopped bombing Syria or lessened it for years now, particularly under Biden. He kind of lowered the drone strikes overall. And Syria became less of a news story for the longest time. And then in the span of like a week, the rebels suddenly kicked out Assad, mainly because the Russians were distracted and focused on Ukraine. I would speculate that's the reason. It's not because America suddenly increased drone strikes tenfold on Syria. I think we did do some drone strikes just to act as air support. But we did a hell of a lot more drone strikes. Mainly when I would say the main reason we were doing it during Obama and Trump's years were in the fight against ISIS. So your focus on the Syrian civil war, again, there's more complexities to this I don't think you're recognizing. But if the question is in order to end war faster, we need to do more drone strikes, that would be an interesting proposition if Trump actually ended any of the wars during his administration.
You don't think he ended any of the wars during his administration?
Not really. I mean, the ISIS was already going downhill by the time he took office, and it was an international coalition fighting ISIS. When he was in office, when he bombed and killed Solomani from Iran, an Iranian general, one of the highest-ranking members of the Iranian government, he was in the middle of fighting ISIS. So in some ways, because of the complexity and stupidity of foreign policy, we were at times acting as a de facto air force of ISIS at random points whenever it became convenient. It was stupid, it was complex, as all Middle East foreign policy is.
Are you saying like the enemy of your enemy is always?
Hold on, I'm gonna put someone in the queue real quick.
All right.
I'm gonna put you in on hold and I'm gonna come back to you afterwards. Alright, so what I'm saying here is that when you have Solomani from a country, Iran, which we are not at war with, we did not declare war on them, and we are currently not at war with them, we should not be bombing generals from other countries as they are fighting our enemies, in our enemy being ISIS. I think that that's a little silly
even if you get
to bomb.
Even if you get intelligence that points to a pending attack from that person.
Was there a pending attack from Solomani? Was there a pending attack from Solomani? I would just like to see the evidence.
There were reports.
Feel free to tell me where to find it. I would love to find it. But either way, do you then? But let's say that the Russians found American attack plans on Russia because we prepare a million different scenarios in our military: attack plans on Russia, attack plans on China, attack plans on Iran, attack plans on our own allies. So we have plans to attack. Does that then justify bombing our highest-ranking generals? And if someone then proceeded to bomb our highest-ranking generals, would we respond by not declaring war on them, or would we destroy them if they kill one of our highest-ranking generals without declaring war on us?
Slow down.
Okay. Well, please answer any of my questions. You have the capability to answer my question. Feel free to answer any of it.
We have to define some terms here. What is the difference between a plan and a scenario?
Tell me.
A plan is something you intend to act upon, regardless of what anything else. Like, if you plan to do something, you're going to do it.
Okay.
When you work on a contingency scenario, you're creating plans to deal with something if something else happens.
Okay.
You do
So
understand the difference,
you're telling me that their attack on America or something was imminent, and that's why Donald Trump bombed one general, and after that one general was dead, that a plan to attack America was dropped.
It was his plan, yes. That's why it didn't happen. That's why we're not at war with Iran.
So he was going to act single-handedly. Wait, hold on. I'm asking you a question. I'm asking you a question. The only reason we didn't go to war with Iran is because Iran showed restraint. They had complete justification of going to war with us. But, you're saying this one guy was planning an imminent attack on America, was killed. His plan was then, because he was the sole planner for this, it was lost because he's dead.
If he was the one that wanted
and because wait, because he was the sole planner of the plan.
Right,
he was going to act independently from the Iranian government and attack the United States without having the backing of the rest of the Iranian government.
You understand that planning something is different than the intent to carry it out, right?
So do you believe he had the intent or not to carry it out?
Obviously he did.
Okay, well, you're saying obviously because you want to justify Trump bombing a leader of a foreign country. So wait, hold on, I'm asking you a question. Let's have a conversation. So he had a plan. He had a plan to attack America, and it was imminent. And Iran lost that plan. Hold on, someone's calling again. I'm gonna put down with you. I'm gonna put you on hold for now. Stay in the queue, okay?
All right.
Right. So hold on, we're back. Hold on. I was putting someone in the queue, so I didn't hear you at all for a second. So again, just to clarify, this general, had a plan to attack America, and it was imminent. So he had to be bombed, he had to be killed, and because he was bombed and killed, the plan didn't go through. So this plan was solely on him. So he was going to solely act on this plan to attack the United States without the backing of the rest of the Iranian government, without the planning of the rest of the Iranian government. He was just going to do it alone with his group of soldiers.
Why wouldn't the Iranian government declare war on America for taking out their general?
I asked you a specific question. I'm trying to clarify your claim. So he had wait. Did he have he had a plan to attack America, imminent, in your view?
Yes.
So why is it that plan was just suddenly disappeared the moment that he died?
Is that what I said? I didn't say that. See,
you told me. Wait, no. Wait, hold on. You said specifically it didn't happen because he's dead. So
because he had the intent to carry it out.
So he had the intent to carry it out. So nobody in Iran had the intent to carry it out, and nobody in Iran was gonna. Nobody in Iran. Okay, that's an interesting point. I find it very hard to believe that one general can then say, "America, we're gonna do this because I have a plan," or one general could say, "Russia, we're gonna do this because I have a plan." Either way, I think we're getting away from the drone strike question. You're just saying more drone strikes will end the wars faster. That's an interesting perspective.
You just wait. Hold on a second. You just said you find it hard to believe that a general would act against the leader of the country, right?
I find it hard to believe that a general would unilaterally make a decision like an Iranian general attacking the United States, or a Russian general attacking the United States, or an American general attacking Canada or Mexico, without the backing of the entire government apparatus. And if that one general were to die, I don't think that plan, which if it were to actually be imminent, would have the backing of the rest of the apparatus. I don't think that plan would just disappear. So, but I don't. We're going in circles here. I don't think we're gonna agree. I don't think we're gonna agree. You're justifying killing a foreign leader of a foreign country that we're not at war with. That's an interesting perspective. I think if anybody did that to America, we would kill them very fast, and we would probably declare war on them fully.
Do we have any generals that are going to unilaterally decide to attack another country without the chief,
I mean, that's what you're claiming is happening in Iran. I don't think that's how modern governance works. But when I say Donald Trump increased drone strikes...
Are you saying all national governments are the same? Is that what you're claiming now?
No, obviously a lot of governments have differences, but I don't think in the modern world that one single general is going to decide the entire country is going to go to war based on one plan that he's the only one working on.
Stop.
You're getting so emotional and triggered with something so simple.
Who said that this general was going to put Iran into a war?
So he was just gonna attack America, and he's gonna be an Iranian general, likely using Iranian soldiers, but it's not gonna bring Iran to war.
You're saying about soldiers. I said an attack.
Okay.
You think
so? Who is he gonna use for the attack on America?
Oh my God! Are you really? You really do not understand all the different
Who
ways
was he gonna use on the attack on America that you say was real and you say was imminent?
I don't know what the plan is. Okay, that's my concession to that. Right,
okay.
Now, here's my question to you.
But you're confident. You don't know it, but you're confident that it was an attack on America, and you want to justify Trump killing a foreign leader that we're not at war with. Okay.
Here's my question to you. Do you believe that sending soldiers to another country is the only way that one country can attack another country? Is that what you're saying?
No.
Oh, how else can one country attack another country?
You could do it. You could do it. You could do an airstrike. You could put your navy next to their coast and shoot missiles. So you're telling me Iran was gonna send the Iranian Iranian Air Force and bomb Americans?
Those three things are.
You're telling me that there was gonna be an Iranian destroyer off the coast of Los Angeles and they're gonna shoot fucking Los Angeles?
That's their only option? Is a destroyer? That's their only option? That's the only thing you can think of?
Well, those are just some of the options. I mean, you literally hold on. I don't understand though why you are currently debating like you knew the plan when you literally just said you don't know the plan. You don't know how they were gonna do it. You just say it was definitely gonna happen. So Trump was 100% justified in killing a foreign leader that we weren't currently at war with. Okay, I personally think you don't kill leaders that you're not at war with. I think it comes with a declaration of war. I think you should have a declaration of war before you go ahead and kill military leaders of foreign countries.
What was the last federal law that you read?
I don't know. What was the last federal law you read?
What was the last federal law that
I don't think most people are out here getting the 700-page bill of a federal law and they're like reading every single word like a fucking novel. Okay, I don't understand what kind of gotcha you're trying to make. You're trying to get away from the conversation, right?
Stop.
And you're trying to say that you know this plan, but you conceded that you don't know the plan. You're arrogant, you're foolish, and you're silly, and you're getting emotional and you're getting triggered. So why are you justifying? Why are you justifying killing the leader or killing a leader of a foreign country that we're not at war with?
Is this a conversation or not? Really?
I'm making a conversation. So why are you justifying though killing another leader that we are not at war with? Were we at war with Iran?
Stop. We've already established.
Stop whining. Stop like a fucking child is not going to get you anywhere. So you think it's justified to kill a leader of a foreign country?
An imminent plan of attack, yes.
An imminent plan of attack that you don't understand, that you don't an imminent plan that you don't know, that you conceded, that you don't know, that you don't understand. I understand that you're not gonna. I understand. I understand that you're not gonna read the entire fucking plan. But I would just like to know the basics of the plan that you say was definitely real and definitely imminent and definitely justified killing the leader of a foreign country when we were not at war. I think it's kind of silly to justify that. Again, let's go to the central premise that you came in with. Let's just go to the premise that you came in with, since this is kind of going in circles.
What the FOIA Act is?
Let's go to the central premise. You said more drones. I'm not gonna let you do your little games. We're gonna go to the central premise that you came in asking.
This is what you do.
We're gonna
drop a line.
yeah. So we've been going at this specific topic where you justify bombing a foreign leader in circles for a while, so we're gonna go back to your premise. We're gonna go back to your premise, right? We're gonna go back to your premise, where you asked me, will bombing a country make a war end faster? It depends on the situation, right? Iraq and Afghanistan, we toppled their governments very quickly. But then we had 20 years of occupation. In Vietnam, we bombed, and bombed. We bombed them so much. We napalmed them. We burned them alive. We burned down the jungles. And we didn't win that war. So no, just bombing does not guarantee victory in a war.
Then how come the war slowed down or even stopped in a lot of places that Obama started them?
Again, the main places that these Middle Eastern wars were happening were Iraq and Afghanistan. Syrian civil war popped off, and they didn't stop.
Yeah.
They didn't stop. There was a global community. There was a global community. There was an entire global community effort to stop ISIS. That was, yes, American drone strikes were part of it, but also there was Kurdish. Yeah, the global community. There was a global coalition fighting ISIS. There was multiple European investments. There was American drone strikes. There was Kurdish people on the ground. There was Iranian people on the ground. Yes, there was a coalition that fought ISIS.
Right, and just like Antifa is anti-fascist. Okay.
What the fuck does that have to do with anything? Do you deny that there was a coalition that fought ISIS?
Okay, so things that people name.
Do you deny that there was a Do you deny that there was multiple countries fighting ISIS? Do you deny the existence of the Kurds and the Iranians on the ground? Do you deny that?
A couple soldiers from a couple different countries does not a coalition.
There's many countries actually.
Yeah, allies that contribute less than half of NATO funding than America does.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there are countries that are not in NATO that had boots on the ground. You had literally every single country in that region pretty much fighting ISIS. Iraq, Rojava, Syria, the Syrian opposition, the Kurds, the Egyptians, Chad, Turkey, Nigeria, Iran, Russia, United States, Saudi Arabia, all contributed. So I don't know why you're denying the basics that, yes, there was a coalition fighting ISIS. There was a
bunch of countries. You just named a bunch of countries.
Many of them.
The Abraham Accords.
Cool.
So congratulations. You actually pointed out the fact.
Does the Abraham Accords have anything to do with ISIS?
Yes, we were all allies against them. You just said it.
Can you define me can you just tell me the basics of what the Abraham Accords is?
Christ.
The Abraham Accords have nothing to do with ISIS, but please just tell me what you know about the Abraham Accords.
They have nothing to do with allies working together for a peace in the Middle East.
It had nothing to do with ISIS.
Oh, because ISIS is building peace in the Middle East?
It had what are you fucking talking about? Are you trying to talk like I'm a fucking supporter of ISIS? The ISIS was not involved and not related to the Abraham Accords.
What do people who have peace agreements do? They don't fight with each other.
Okay.
Who do they fight with?
Tell me the relation. Tell me the countries that are involved. Tell me the countries that are involved with the Abraham Accords.
What was it, like Jordan, United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, and
Israel, of course.
I don't know. I forget the fourth one. What was the fourth one?
Israel, I believe, is one of them.
No. Why would we sign a peace accord with Israel? We were already...
Israel's not a signatory in the Abraham Accords?
I don't believe. Well, I mean, they were signed with the other four countries. Like they signed with the other.
All right. So here's what it is. There was the United States was a negotiator. It wasn't even like we were signed. We weren't one of the signatories. We were a negotiator. There was Israel. There was Bahrain. There was the UAE. There was Morocco, and there was Sudan. Right.
Yeah.
So all it was mainly a deal between these oil states, these oil kingdoms, far from ISIS, not related to the conflict, with Israel, to normalize relations, so they can do trade. It's an economic agreement. Wait, hold on. It's an economic agreement between Israel and the oil states, the oil kingdoms, like the UAE. This has no relation to the war with ISIS.
What do you think conflict does to the economic stability of a region?
I'm sure it's not good, but luckily the UAE and Israel were not in active war, and even if they were in active war, their active war would be separate from the war against ISIS. Why are you you brought up the Abraham Accords as some kind of peace deal in relation to the war with against ISIS?
Because you don't fight with people you're at peace with. Durr.
So when did the war against ISIS? When did the war against ISIS begin? When did the war against ISIS begin?
What does it matter? Any war that destabilizes the region.
When did the war against ISIS begin?
When was the last time you read a 200-page law or not 700?
It's not a law. It's just a basic. When did this shit begin? I'm not telling you to read an entire bill. When did this shit begin? When did the shit begin? Do you have a guess? Do you have a guess about when? You have a guess when ISIS popped off? Do you have like memories of like the last decade?
70s? Was it the 70s? Was it the 70s?
No, 2014.
Okay, whatever. I mean,
so it started in 2014. It started in 2014, and there was a war against ISIS. Yeah. ISIS.
Yeah.
The war against ISIS started in 2014, and we did our war against ISIS. We had the coalition against ISIS. All these different countries. And all these different countries were part of this war.
And when stop talking about
well, technically the war's not technically over. There's still ISIS that still exists.
Stop talking about them?
The war still exists.
When did they become insignificant?
The war still exists. It's still happening. But
when did they become insignificant?
They still exist. The war is still occurring.
Oh my God! Do you want me to read you the dictionary definition of significant and insignificant?
Yeah, the war is still happening. I mean, they did a bombing inside Russia. They still have a presence in Libya. Like they didn't go away, right? So again, though, I'm bringing this up to put it in perspective that the war against ISIS, the coalition was formed in 2014. The Abraham Accords were done in 2020. Okay, very different years. Kind of separate, two different presidents. The presidents don't really matter. It's a completely different point in time with countries that were not even part of that coalition. My understanding is, I'm looking at it right now, I'm not seeing any involvement from the United Arab Emirates. So why did you bring up an economic trade deal, essentially, with a nation, with Israel? Wait. No, you didn't explain that. You didn't explain that. I'm genuinely curious. Why did you bring up an economic trade deal with two countries? One of them is not part of the coalition and not involved in this. And you brought it up as a way of saying, look at what Trump did against ISIS. He did an economic trade deal with completely irrelevant countries. You brought it up when we were talking about ISIS.
I'm talking about the whole region. I'm talking about the whole region.
And was there like some big tension between these like wealthy oil states and fucking Israel, or maybe they have economic interest and have had economic interest with each other for a while?
So you're saying these Abraham Accords were detrimental to the Middle East?
I'm not saying they were detrimental. I'm saying they weren't relevant when we were talking about war.
we're talking about the Middle East and stability in the Middle East.
And we were talking about
So
ISIS, and then we were talking about ISIS, and I was listing.
Wait.
Wait. This is literally the timeline of what happened, bro. This is literally the timeline of what happened. All right. So
Wait,
we were talking. Wait, real quick.
No.
No. Hold on. Yeah, I'm the main guy talking. So
Go.
yeah, good. So we were talking about the war on ISIS. You were claiming, or had, you were upset.
No,
you were. Hold on. You were upset. Hold on. Yeah, we were talking about the. We were talking about. Hold on. I'm gonna pause you for a second. Calm down. If you're still watching the stream, I need you to calm down. Calm down a little bit. Here, did you calm down a little bit?
If you start like.
Okay.
Exactly
So here's what happened. We were talking about. I brought up the war against ISIS because we were talking about drone strikes prior, and I was bringing up how there's a coalition of people.
We were talking about the Middle East.
Yes, I was talking about the war on ISIS. And then
we were talking about the Middle East.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you were bringing up drone strikes. I was bringing up drone strikes relevance and what we were using it in the Middle East. Yes, it's part of the Middle East. Okay.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we were. We were also talking about Earth. The Middle East is part of Earth. Did you know that? Okay, that's how you fucking sound.
We can talk about Earth if you want.
All right.
Oh, I got plenty to talk about Earth.
Hold on. So we were talking about ISIS and the Middle East, and I mentioned that there was a coalition fighting ISIS. You seem to have problems with that, so then I proceeded to list the countries off in that coalition, I guess to prove that reality just exists that you don't recognize. And then you were like, well, what about the Abraham?
I recognize there was.
Yeah, so I was listing off countries. Listing off countries, and you were like, wow, those are the countries in the Abraham Accords. Some of these countries weren't in the Abraham Accords. Yes, you did. You did bring up the Abraham Accords. Hold on, I'm going to put someone on hold real quick. Stay in the queue, brother. You don't need to hang up. It's not going to make things go faster. Hello?
Are you saying none of those countries were in the Abraham Accords?
I mean, the United States was involved in it.
You did say Saudi Arabia, didn't you?
Yeah, Saudi Arabia wasn't in the Abraham Accords.
They weren't?
They weren't.
Let me look that up, because I could have sworn they were.
The signatories are Israel, Bahrain, the UAE, and Morocco and Sudan, and the negotiator was the United States.
Okay, so I was incorrect about Saudi Arabia. I'll take
That's fine.
that one. My bad.
No problem. Okay. But again, I was discussing the coalition fighting ISIS, and you were trying to paint it as some kind of win in relation to the Abraham Accord. I'm curious what point you were trying to make.
Because do you need a coalition for countries that are in an economic agreement?
The coalition was specifically to fight ISIS. The term coalition is just talking about that team effort to fight ISIS.
I'll ask the question again. Do you need a coalition for countries that are in economic agreements with each other?
I'm just kind of curious what you're defining as coalition here.
The one that you're using. All these people that were in a coalition against ISIS. Would you need that same coalition for countries that are in an economic agreement with each other? Would you need the same coalition for those countries? I think if you... Yeah, sure. I think even if you have economic relations and a trade deal with each other, I think if you then have a common enemy that you would want to fight a war with, you would need to then have a... Wait, hold on. Just let me answer the question. If you are talking about if you're talking about the need for a coalition, yeah, you would need a coalition to, for example, fight an enemy like ISIS, even if you have an economic relationship. Let me ask.
What is your question? Go ahead. Go. Yeah.
So
go ahead.
Bahrain and Israel are signatories in this accord, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Would you need a coalition to deal with them fighting with each other?
Luckily, they're not fighting each other.
Exactly, because they have an economic agreement with each other, right?
No.
What do you know?
I think you're. I think you're just. Wait. Hold on. I think you're just kind of hearing words and you're just kind of putting it in there, right? So, like, when I say coalition, when I'm using the word coalition, I'm specifically referring to the effort that was made, essentially an alliance against ISIS. by all these different countries.
Are all coalitions for the purposes of fighting ISIS?
No.
Okay. So you understand that a coalition is just a general term for a group of countries that are working towards the same goal, correct?
So are you talking about an alliance? Are you talking about an economic region?
No. All right, you define coalition, and I'll.
When I'm just saying coalition as essentially the alliance that was fighting ISIS. That's what my use of coalition was. That's it.
It was just.
Yes. For example, there was a coalition in the war against Iraq.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Would you need a coalition for a war between Bahrain and Israel?
Do you need a coalition for a war where Bahrain and Israel are fighting each other?
Yes.
So who exactly is going to be in the coalition? So two countries are at war with each other. Israel versus a little island with multiple No, hold on. I'm asking a clarifying question right here, okay? So, you're saying, do we need a coalition if Israel and Bahrain, by the way, a tiny island east of Saudi Arabia, very far from Israel, if they were at war with each other, would we need a coalition? Now, again, a coalition in the context of this conversation is talking about how we had a massive coalition against ISIS, how we had a coalition against Iraq. You're asking me if we need a coalition of these two different countries at war with each other. That would imply there's a coalition against one or the other. I think you're mixing up these terms. If these two countries were at war with each other, then they're at war with each other. There is no coalition. Luckily, they're not at war with each other, and they weren't at war with each other. Israel was not going to declare war. Hold on. No. Hold on. I'm making a point here. 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 You don't demand that I listen. You fucking listen. You listen. You listen. You listen. And they weren't at war beforehand, motherfucker. Were they at war beforehand?
Because there's an agreement.
Do you know what Bahrain is? Have you ever looked at Bahrain on the map? It's the third smallest country in the world, dog. You think Bahrain was gonna go to fucking war with Israel?
Oh my god! Because Bahrain was the only one that signed the Abraham Accords, right?
Yeah, there's also the UAE, also east of Saudi Arabia, that has no economic or military interest in starting a war with Israel. So, like, which one of these countries were just gonna magically start a war with Israel?
Cool.
I understand that you're triggered. None of these countries bordered Israel, by the way, either.
Cool.
Are you a grown-ass man getting this emotional? Because you don't even understand the map of the world?
Listen. Is more economic agreements with countries in the Middle East better or worse for peace in the Middle East?
I'm fine with economic agreements existing, but you're acting like this is peace in the Middle East by having an economic agreement, economic normalization, with countries that have no border relation with Israel. You're talking about fucking Bahrain, okay?
Is it a step toward peace or away from peace?
It's barely a step to anything. It's a shuffle.
Okay, alright. Okay, I guess. I'll cede it because you're not going to change your mind.
Yeah.
Alright, so, also in the Middle East, when Trump was trying to bring all our troops home, why were military advisors lying to him about troop deployments?
Yeah, he also increased troops. He was the commander-in-chief. If he was lied to, he should fire the people that were lying to him and make the decisions that he wants to make, that he wants to decide.
Why?
When Joe Biden was president, he was able to end the war with Afghanistan.
If he was pulling all the troops back, why was
he didn't pull the troops back. He moved the troops around.
No, that was military advisor. See, that's what I'm talking about.
He's the commander-in-chief. He's the commander-in-chief. The responsibility lies with him. You're telling me that these motherfuckers were just like, no, we actually brought the troops home, and then the troop numbers increased. No, that's not how the fucking structure works.
Look it up. The military advisor that admitted to this said that they moved the troops around so that they could lie about troop deployments.
I'm sure that there was some sort of giving responsibility to other people. Donald Trump is obviously not going to say, I want this specific soldier in this specific region, but what he can say is, I want to increase presence, I want to decrease presence, and he increased presence in certain countries multiple times.
and he was trying to bring them home, but he was lied
Yeah, but
to.
he didn't. But he didn't.
Right, because he was lied to.
No. He has responsibility.
Yes.
And
Okay,
he also
sorry,
he
let me
also
get
he
straight.
also
So-
he also is
so
a
the person
warmonger.
in
He
charge-
increased he increased
So the person
our
in
military
charge-
budget. He increased the drone strikes. He increased military presence in certain regions.
The person in charge is
Yeah.
responsible for all of his underlings' decisions and actions, right?
Yeah.
That's what you're saying, right?
The top of responsibility would be Donald Trump. If he's the president,
Okay,
he's the
so-
commander in chief.
so-
The buck stops
So when
where?
Kamala Harris, so when
The
Kamala
buck stops
Harris
where,
was in
though?
office- When Kamala Harris's office,
If you're
argued against federal early release-
brother, if you're in charge of, let's say, like if you're in charge of a militia, right?
when Kamala
If you're in
Harris
charge
was
of a
in office-
militia, hold on. If you're in charge of a militia and your soldiers act in a way that's inappropriate, let's say they go fucking like shoot civilians in the back of the head, would you not have to answer for your soldiers acting a certain way? And let's
Right,
say
so
you
you
do,
just-
and let's say
so
you're
that's
aware of
when
it.
you cut me
Let's
off.
say you're aware of it. Hold on. Let's say you're aware of it and you do nothing. Are you not then like responsible?
If he was lied to, how was he aware of it?
So he knew
But
nothing.
anyhow,
That's your
let
claim.
me answer your-
That's your
let me
claim?
answer your-
He
let
didn't
me-
know shit?
Let me answer your.
So he's
let me answer
incompetent.
Your hypothetical. Let me answer your hypothetical with an
Go
actuality.
ahead. Yeah.
So when Kamala Harris's office in 2014 argued against federal early release programs for federal prisoners for nonviolent offenses, specifically, they said this specifically because it would undermine their ability to fight Californian forest fires. Is Kamala Harris responsible for that?
Repeat the question.
In 2014, when Kamala Harris's office argued against federal early release programs for nonviolent offenders because specifically it would undermine their ability to fight Californian forest fires, is that Kamala Harris's responsibility? I mean, they basically argued for slave labor.
So she directly, you're claiming. I don't know if this is true. I'm not going to say it's true based on a lot of things that you've said aren't true. But you're claiming that she wanted to keep the prisoners in prison in order to have labor to fight. Wait, hold on. She wanted to keep them incarcerated in order to have them fight the the wildfires. What did she want to do with them?
That is not what I'm claiming.
What did she want to do with them? Keep it simple, keep it concise, keep it brief.
That's not what I'm claiming.
Keep it brief. Go ahead.
Okay, what I claimed was her office argued against those
Okay,
federal
her
early release
office.
programs.
Her office
Yes.
said to keep them
Because the
in
day
so we
after-
have...
Because the
Yes.
day after, she claimed she had no idea that they were going to do that.
Yeah, I think in different scenarios there's different degrees of responsibility, but yes, ultimately the buck stops with her. If she's in charge, she is responsible for her office and her office's decisions.
Of
So
course.
yeah. Wait, where are you finding inconsistency? I think in general, yes, different levels of government have different levels of responsibility, but yes, the buck stops with her. She is responsible for what her office does.
Okay,
Duh.
so she was responsible for her officers arguing
Based on the hypothetical that you're describing, based on the hypothetical
It's not
that
a
you're
hypothetical.
describing, based on the hypothetical that you can say that, but I don't trust you. So based on, listen, I don't trust you with the way you're telling the story, but in the way that you're the way that you're describing it, yes, the buck stops with her. She would be responsible for what her office does. Okay, with Donald Trump as commander in chief, yes, he is responsible for when he sends more troops to certain regions.
All right. So while she was responsible for her office arguing for continued slave labor, and President Trump freed thousands of those nonviolent black men, you're okay with Kamala being
Donald
president,
Trump.
not
So
Trump.
Obama, Trump, and Biden also all released prisoners.
Right.
Yeah,
Trump
they all released
5,000
prisoners. Good on them for releasing prisoners. Unfortunately, what Donald Trump has been doing, though, what Donald Trump wants to do, though, is kill like drug dealers. That's what he said. So yes, Donald Trump has done some good things, like releasing some people, as Obama did and as Biden did. Congratulations to them. That's
and
good
who
for
put him in there in
them.
the first-
But
who put him in there
unfortunately,
in the first- who put
I
him
guess
in there in the
you
first
can credit Bill Clinton and Ronald Reagan.
Wait,
Richard
who-
Nixon,
who
Bill Clinton,
criminalized the use
Bill
of-
Clinton,
who
Ronald
criminalized-
Reagan, Richard Nixon.
Who criminalized the substances in the substance abuse or substance
I don't
control
know
effort?
exactly when marijuana became illegal, but
1970.
yeah, I'm sure cocaine has
It
been
was-
illegal as well.
It was a Democrat Senate, Democrat House signed by Richard.
And who was the president?
Democrats were
And who was the president? Who was the president?
I just said Nixon.
Okay, yes.
Nixon.
So yes, this is my point. This is my point. You're trying to make it a partisan thing. Wait, hold on. You're trying to make it like a partisan thing. Republicans and Democrats have pushed tough on crime narratives, including Trump to this day, including Biden back in the 90s, especially Biden back in the 90s, but especially Trump now. I can criticize tough on crime narratives from both sides because they are increasing mass incarceration. Not good. So it's good when Obama does it. It's good when Trump does it, when they release nonviolent offenders. Unfortunately, some people...
Not for possession, kiddo.
What do you say? What are you saying? What are you saying?
It's not the same thing. What?
What?
The three strike rule that California implemented based off of Biden's crime bill, that was for just possession.
I'm against it. I'm against it.
You're against
Are you surprised by me having consistency beyond political parties? I can criticize Democrats and Republicans. It's not a surprising thing. So are you going to criticize Donald Trump for saying that he wants to kill drug dealers like Duterte in the Philippines? He's also given a lot of love to China for doing that as well.
What, for
killing drug dealers? Killing drug dealers. He thinks that we should do that here.
So far you've named foreign nationals that have been poisoning our citizens.
Foreign nationals?
I'm against
I named Duterte. Okay, he's praised Duterte. Do you know who Duterte is?
Yeah, I'm half Filipino. I know who Duterte is.
Yeah, cool. So he's praised Duterte's war on drugs. He loves the idea of killing drug dealers, and he's pushed the idea of killing drug dealers. He's awfully inconsistent with his tough on crime or rehabilitation narrative, but I do believe that he kind of leans more towards the I want to be tough on crime. He's against her. He's for like preventing police officers from getting in trouble with the law. He wants them to be protected. So like Donald Trump is very inconsistent with his crime record. I can give him credit for releasing some drug offenders in the same way I can give Obama credit, but that doesn't mean Obama is suddenly an amazing president just because at the end of his presidency he could do something that he had the capability of doing his entire presidency that he just waited till the end to do. Okay.
Now do you understand why a decentralized system is far superior than a centralized system is?
I completely disagree.
You just got done listing off a bunch of stuff that you don't agree should be done, even though there are some other people that agree that should be done.
I think when it comes to governance, we need a strong central government, a strong federal government. We tried the Articles of Confederation before, and it failed.
Name one other large and complex system that's centralized in nature, in technology, or in society.
So you're saying because fucking monkeys in the jungle can't make a federal style government, a centralized government, that it's not natural, so it's not good. So did the Articles of Confederation did it work?
See, this is your problem. You have a problem with like listening for one single word.
No, I heard your thing. Nature. You're saying that the government is not natural. I understand that the government is not natural. Monkeys cannot make government. Fucking hyenas can't make government. But does that mean it's wrong because it's not natural?
What were the other two areas? I said nature, society.
Go ahead. Society.
Technology.
Society and technology. So yes, society does have large central governments. Yes, technology does have extremely large companies that are able to mass produce fucking goods. So like, yeah.
So obviously you don't understand what centralized means. Centralized and decentralized is
Apple absolutely can make top-down decisions. In fact, I would argue that these companies, the way they're structured, are a lot more centralized than even the federal government with its checks and balances and federal and state governments. Yes, the CEOs have a lot. CEOs are like kings in their company. It's absolutely centralized from the top down.
In a corporation of 10,000 employees, you're saying the CEO.
The CEO and the board.
He orders every single employee directly with no middle management. That's what centralized.
I'm not saying that he is talking to them. I'm saying that the decision making, the power is centralized with them. No, centralization does not mean Steve Jobs had to directly talk to some fucking worker in China about how to build the phone. What it does mean is Steve Jobs. What it does mean is Steve Jobs at the top of the Apple food chain gets to say, we're going to make this product and we're not going to make this product. And all the motherfuckers in the Chinese sweatshops making the iPhones will no longer make the product that Steve Jobs doesn't want to be made. So Steve Jobs does not directly need to talk to each individual Chinese worker. That's not how centralization works. A strong centralized government, let's say we're talking about the Soviet Union doing a 5-year plan. Stalin did not need to go to each individual worker and say, all right, here's the plan, buddy. This is what we're going to do. He has the middle guys, people in the middle, work on his behalf, order things around, manage things. It's a very similar structure, okay? But I think we should kind of come to an end because I gave you a lot of time and I do want to head out soon. So let's finish up, okay?
Yeah,
it's a pretty similar structure. Yeah.
No, it's not. Because
I explained to you the similarities. And you're saying, and you think that because there are chains of command, because there's middle managers, that doesn't mean there's a strong central presence, a strong central authority. I think that's a little silly. But again, most of our debate is just our different understanding of things. Most of our debate is a debate on semantics. Yes, a CEO is essentially. Do you think, for example, a king in like a feudal kingdom had no middle managers for him to enforce his will?
Right, they're enforcing his will by forcing.
So yes, but power is centralized in him. He's the one making the decisions. You asked me that, or you were proposing getting us decentralizing. If you're saying decentralizing from federalism, I would assume you're talking about the other form of government that the United States tried, which was the Articles of Confederation, and that failed. So anyway, you can have a good day. We've been going at this for nearly an hour. Have a good day, sir.
Yeah. Well.
Right, folks. I want to play Fortnite, but I also want to go to the gym. So I'm going to do that now. I'm going to see you guys later. Thanks for watching, everybody. Shout out to those angry people that sent me money. Where do I pull up the super chats? Because I don't want to see them. No, you're not getting the call. I don't know who this is. I'm gonna turn off the do not disturb, or turn on the do not disturb. Aaron says, you lost the debate, kid, as usual. Aaron, you're a fan, brother. You're a fan. I think I seen your message, Derek, where you're like making Indian jokes. I'm not even Indian, dog, so gotta direct your racism a different way, brother. Alright. With that in mind, I will head out and head to the gym. I'll see you guys later. Oh, wow. Wait, someone sent money just because I was loud? Shout out to them. Holy fuck, I'm looking at the super chats. W donations.